For now, we'll start. You guys ran in quickly. Probably too quickly. You found a secret entrance after freeing a djinn, an ifrit, if you will. One of your members had been captured as you guys had been trailing up an underground river, traveling upstream on a small fan boat powered with through arcane means. You arrived at a small, rotting dock and found this secret entrance into what appears to be a layer of the chain where they are transforming individuals into the undead creatures that make up the organization of the chain. You crawled through a small crack in the top, leaving one of your members to come around in disguise. Though it would seem the other chain members quickly detected this facade and threw him into a cell with Eliot. Keep doing it! With Eliot, who had been captured earlier. Not before stabbing him in the chest, in the gut from behind, beginning combat. Eliot had at this point met up with his friend Zig, a warforged automaton who had been traveling with the caravan of Javon for quite some time, and who he has been searching for since the beginning of this campaign. The rest of the group made their way into a small crack in the ceiling above a large area with balcony around it, a square-shaped chamber. Smooth-cut stone and what appears to be some kind of, who knows, ancient structure. You don't know the purpose. But in here there were 4 individuals around a red vial, a crystal, seeming to suck out whatever essence it could. Probably part of this transformation process of turning them into chain whites. Conflict began, and slowly something began to try to break out from underneath. Hanging from above in this chamber was a massive roped net bundle of barrels of some kind of explosive material. It was probably not meant to be blown up at where it would be dropped from the position where it was. It's probably meant to be lowered slowly, placed somewhere specifically, and then exploded to make a way out. Probably. But during this fight, the chain members outside were destroyed, the chain members within were destroyed, and the assassin individual was also destroyed. Across the room there was a small lift, an elevator if you will, where a pirate figure dressed in black coat was recognized by Eliot, who immediately chased after him. Someone from his past. While Eliot flies up above, the fight continued down below, as this massive machine-like creature matching the description and the physicality of the one who had chased you guys while you escaped on Javon's caravan after setting a trap for other chain acolytes. Caden, in a desperate move to try to destroy the creature before it destroyed his friends, began to pull the explosive, I want to call it a scrotum, because that's the only way I can describe it, hanging from the ceiling, but that's not at all appropriate, and does not match the emotional intensity of what's going on. So we'll call it the bundle of explosives, whatever, that works. Hanging from the ceiling, and began to pull it, while part of the rope began to split and break, and eventually fell. Ilgar and the Collective had begun to take many hits, the Collective having turned into his form of dread, masking or making similar appearance to the mummified figure whom you guys had spoken to before, some of you at least, Viren. And they had taken several large hits, and the excess damage knocked them completely down. And you do not know exactly their fate at this moment. But I need everyone except for Eliot to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy!
And I will say the damage that was meant to be taken was not 97, but 85.
I'm alive.
Because it was 12d6, not 16d6. But make a dexterity saving throw.
Hey, Ryan, do we have any inspiration?
I don't know, Nick. That kind of seems like something that you would write down on your paper.
God, no, I was asking since last time.
That was rough.
You guys
gave
might after
inspiration.
This, but if you don't have any written,
I did. I used the last one that I had 2.
So you
I
had
think
2.
I used both.
Did you use both?
I don't know because D&D Beyond only tracks if you have 1 inspiration.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think you had
Yes,
2 because
Ryan.
you had a sticker. You had got 2 stickers, right?
Yes. But I used
wasn't-
1 last session.
Nick, correct me if I'm wrong, but the deal we made with the stickers sound like I'm in primary or children's school, whatever. The deal made with the stickers is that one of those was given in advance because you're gone a lot.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you really only have 1, and that one was given in advance.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Nick?
Dexterity saving
Right.
So
Have we
dexterity
gotten any
saving-
inspiration since that point?
I don't think so.
throw. Treat me well, man.
Okay.
Is inspiration only just a reroll?
What was that? Was that natural 20?
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. What'd you get?
Is inspiration only for rerolling, or could I use an inspiration to just automatically succeed a death save if I wanted to?
It's for re-rolling a d20 roll. Let's do the d20 roll. So that's how I do it. Some people do a d6, d8, even as a DM inspiration, but I do it a re-roll of a d20.
So
We don't get to know what the DC is. Could I use inspiration after I know if I saved or failed?
Yes,
Okay. I got a 13.
for the sake of DM inspiration.
I've got a
A
13.
13 total? Jaden, you
Wait,
got
why are you rolling
20.
death
Nick,
saves?
Nick, what did you get? Nick, what did you get?
I rolled a 1, so it's a total of a 3.
But a natural one.
However, I do want to say I am behind Caden. Crouched down to pull him back.
But if I'm making a dex save, Nick, that means I'm diving. I'm like trying to agility out of the way.
Valid point.
But you are dragging me on the ground, so like. I
Yeah,
don't-
my
I
intention
don't
was
know how
to
that
just keep
works.
pulling him back.
It's his mom's birthday.
Okay. So... Okay. That really sucks, Nick. Jaden,
You're telling me.
take... Let me do some math. You managed to dodge out of the way as kind of hiding beneath the banister as explosive fire just goes blasting over you, and a piece of rock, other parts of the ceiling slowly just like crack and fall, hitting different parts around you, but you managed to dodge all of them, taking only 21 points of damage.
Oh, well, and in that case, I am unconscious.
It could be worse, brother. Comrade. Justin, you take 42 points.
Dog, that's exactly how much health I have left.
Left?
Yeah. I have 12 hit points and my max is 40. Wait, no, that means I have 50. Never mind, I'm good. You said 42?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Okay.
unconscious then.
I'm unconscious. I mathed wrong.
Nick, because of your positioning, you are directly on the edge, which means that even though you fail, you still only take half.
Which is
42.
so I take half of that, which is 42.
I want you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage as you go down.
Wait, what?
As you go down, I want you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage. Are you unconscious?
I am unconscious.
Okay, I want you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Good throw.
10.
Okay. You crumble to the floor, avoiding falling and crushing the small wolf pup. in the
Oh.
satchel on your side.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Dude.
Narrowly, not a hard DC, it was on your side, but still.
Ooh.
Okay. So, as it stands,
Oh, Trevin's pencils. He's not here.
as it stands, I'd love to say that we were going to run this by initiative, but there's only really one person's initiative who counts. Because...
Okay, wait. Wait. Ilgar and Collective, what about them? Are they...
Oh, they're dead.
Brother.
This is all happening at once. Keeping this straight for you, okay? Every single other member of your party falls unconscious. Eliot, flashing back to you in the elevator shaft. You do not know this.
Yeah.
What
Yes,
you
I
do
don't.
know is that there is a massive concussive blast beneath you. I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I have a follow-up question.
No more questions. No, you have been stopped.
That's a natural 20 for a 22.
Okay, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as a rock slides off, just as and it cracks as part of the area that you're in cracks, and a piece of rock comes in and hits you on the shoulder. But you heard a massive concussive blast from below, and the sounds of yelling and shrieking beneath you. You are not exactly sure what is happening, but you are positive it cannot be good. There is a vengeful fury inside your bones, Eliot.
Yeah, that's where my
person
follow-up
above
question
you
is.
Is someone who you recall about 1 or 2 years ago, I'm not exactly sure specifically, drove his blade through the chest of your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Will you continue to go upwards? Will you go down below to where you can see smoke and flame pouring out from the door where you entered?
That's a tough question. And honestly, I don't know. So, I'm going to leave it up to the dice.
Do you want to make a wisdom saving throw?
Even better. I'll make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw will set the DC at 11. Please.
Okay. Would this...
Can I ask you a question though
All it
first?
is time, I will say.
Because you're in this like vengeful state
Yeah.
where you're like laser focused on him. Would this knock Eliot out of that?
I don't know. In fact, I was about to ask, would this be a disadvantage because I'm in this state?
Well, to me,
You
the
did
whole,
get hit by a rock.
Well, to me, the whole reason that you're even doing the roll is to see if you can overcome that rage.
Okay. Okay. Wisdom saving throw, you said?
Yes. Sorry, my headphones are playing Lord of the Rings.
That's a 23.
Okay, that is a success.
Interesting. Okay. I
I'm going
still...
to say that this breaks the rage. It's still a decision for you, but it breaks the kind of the horse blinders that you have on at the moment.
Yeah. I'm not tunnel vision anymore.
But you still have a decision to make. It might be easier now, but you still got a decision to make. This is happening like all at once. I'm going to say 6 seconds have passed since the explosion.
Okay. Oh, brother. Oh, this is tough. I'm so low on spells, guys. It's ridiculous.
No, just when I were doing math the other night.
Yeah.
What do? You are still floating just underneath the elevator. You are about 45 feet up.
Yeah, I'm still flying.
What is your fly speed?
60 feet, I think. 30 feet, equal to my walking speed.
Okay.
Dog, I don't know, because in character, I feel like this explosion would happen and somebody down there would be in control. Like, I know that Trav has some healing capabilities, so I don't want to metagame, Ryan. I don't want to
I know
metagame.
you don't want to metagame because you have no idea what's going on. What do you do?
But I also don't have a way into this elevator. I'm gonna keep beating on the elevator because I think Trav's got it handled.
I love it! I love it! Let the tension rise. Okay, so make you've got one round of combat that you can make on the elevator.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. Oh, jeez. If I were to cast Moonbeam on this elevator, would it damage anything?
So
I guess that's...
If he's right above you.
this is where some rules lawyering is going to need to happen.
I will be right back.
That's okay, Nick. You're dead. You're not dead. You're just unconscious.
Well, rocks pile up.
It's just funny because a common phrase in D&D as a joke is when the DM is fed up with everybody, they just say rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yeah.
This is unfortunately too literal. Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Scratch that. I'm gonna guiding bolt the bottom of this elevator.
Okay.
Not good. That's a 9 to hit. A stationary elevator, I might add.
So, here's the problem. Guiding bolt requires a creature as a target.
Ah, you're right. Yeah, alright, I'm just gonna hit it with my mace. Just keep banging.
Are there any cockroaches on this elevator?
No.
Any bugs?
That's a natural 1. Dude.
Oh no!
Dude. That's my
You
turn.
swing up to attack, to basically bang against the bottom of this, and most of it's made out of, like, thick metal. Or at the very least some kind of heavy wood underneath it. And as you hit it, another piece of rock kind of comes off the side. As you're going up, there's pieces of the rock on the wall that are still breaking off and falling with whatever concussive blast happened beneath you. One of the rocks comes, hits your shoulder, and you drop the mace.
Oh!
Okay.
So,
Alright, that's my turn.
your turn for this round. Okay. So, rounds that have occurred. Round 2.
Me?
I need
Or are they rolling death saves?
Caden, Kieran, and the Traveler. We'll have Traveler in a sec. To roll death saving throws.
You got it. I'm good.
Cool, 1 success.
You don't add anything, right? It's
No,
just
it's just D20. 10 and up is a success. So really you've got 11 out of 20 chance of succeeding.
I got a 7.
So that's a failure. 1 failure and 1 success.
Well, wait. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use my inspiration or not.
Use it later.
I would wait.
Yeah,
you may not
that's
need
what
it.
I'm thinking.
one, you can be
But it's up to you, man.
I'm gonna take the L.
Tripping
I'll take the L.
Okay.
What is in fact tripping balls? He's tripping lots of balls.
Okay. Like tripping on balls, or
You want me to make another?
we'll get to that. Eliot, this round. What you
Brother.
doing? You've dropped your mace
I
as it
don't know.
disappears down into the smoke beneath you.
Are there any chains on the wall? Like how this elevator would be pulled up? Or is it all cables like from the top?
It appears to be all cables from the top. The
course.
edges are nearly flush. There's maybe a few inches between the cart the cable cart, the elevator, whatever you want to call it, and the wall. And at certain places you can even see it scraping against the rock. So, like, there's not a lot of space. You are now 60
Alright.
feet above the ground.
Oh, it's still moving up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought it stopped. Alright, I'm gonna fly down and try and find my mace.
Okay, you go down 30 feet. Or
Yep.
you could dash.
I'm gonna dash.
Okay, you dash, you go down 60 feet, you are at the bottom. There is just a cloud of dust and smoke behind you. And you hear
What do I hear?
nothing. Except
Just
for the small whimpers and cries of a small animal.
that's horrifying. That's my turn.
Okay. Because you asked what you hear, you do not immediately find your mace.
Yeah.
Okay, death saving throws.
You got it. I'm good.
That's a success.
Okay, one success, one failure.
Oh, I'm fine.
Are you rolling for Nick?
I mean, one success, one success.
Yeah, 2 successes. I'm good.
Well, for you, one success, one failure.
Yeah, are you rolling for Walker now?
I don't want to roll for him. I don't want to have that on my conscience.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him roll. So right now there are 2, though. So now, going back to Eliot. You're on the ground. That is all that you hear and are aware of.
I'll float into the space where we once were.
Okay. I'm going to remove this because you are now down here. Entering in a little bit, you see... There's still a cloud of smoke around you and dust.
Okay.
How far do you step in? Do you step all the way to the balcony?
Yeah, I'd slowly float over to the balcony.
You float over to the balcony, and you see right now, immediately to your right, the individuals which have been in, like, the 4 people kind of in a circle, their heads all towards one point. 4 people on the ground, just as dead as they were before, but now there are a few large pieces of rock on them in different spots that are, like, crushing them worse. And to the left, you see, at first, what you think is just a charred piece of rubble. And through the smoke, you quickly realize that those are not striations of rock, but those are scales. You see Ilgar's body burnt with gashes and red all over. Part of his shoulder is burning with like an ember. And
Is he breathing?
make a
Can I tell?
medicine check
I'm good at those.
quickly as you're like assessing the situation. Just looking.
Yeah.
around.
That's a 17.
He is not breathing.
Okay.
And more than that, you can hear the faint crackle of thunder somewhere up above.
You didn't have to do that, Ryan. All right. Okay. Is that all I can assess in this moment?
I'll allow you
Actually,
one-
no. If that's the first thing I see, I will make my way over to Ilgar.
Okay.
Do I have movement enough to do that?
You do. So is this one just on Kaladin?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to make... Nah, whatever.
I mean, I don't need to see it. I've got
It's okay. You
mental
are
image.
right in front of him. I'm going to call your medicine check, because you're a cleric, a bonus action.
Cool.
You have an action left, basically, as you were kneeling right down next to Ilgar. looking at his body, it is like you kind of roll him over to get a good look at him. There are like black singe marks everywhere. Like one of like it's hard to tell if one of his eyes would be is salvageable, but there's like all these different like burn and just like corrosion marks everywhere, all over the side of his body. His arm ends right here.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
And there is a sizable portion of his hip that is missing. His leg's still connected, but there's just like part of it was just like blasted off.
The leg bone's connected to the... It's not connected.
The hip bones kind of, their sinews slowly, partially connecting the hip bone. Barely.
I would, because I think this is the only. I'm focused on Ilgar right now. I would fall to my knees, and just out of motor memory, I would cast Cure Wounds on him. And I am just in shock, and probably Eliot's sobbing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Cure
Tears streaming
Wounds.
down your face. The warmth, the light in you that was anger merely moments ago fills you.
Yeah, I'm
Brings
still
that
angry.
feeling to your chest with that feeling of emotion, that feeling of like your nasal cavities and your entire body feeling welling up with tears, and your furry arms just shaking. Your hands fill with that warmth, and you cast Cure Wounds, but the warmth doesn't transition to the body as it remains cold. Realistically, it's quite hot, but it is cold in the way that it is empty, in a way that you are familiar with.
Oh, I hate the way that you said that. That's my turn.
Death saves.
I'm doing my best not to metagame.
No!
Success.
Well, not
I got a
really.
success.
Success?
Yeah.
So, Jaden, 2 successes, 1 failure?
Yep.
You
Same,
2
same,
okay,
same.
okay.
Wait, did you succeed or fail?
I succeeded.
Oh, nice. So
We're the same.
we're the same.
Where's Nick? I'm freaking out.
Where is Nick? What is going on?
He probably went to go get food. I think his like aunt or uncle came in and was like, "Come eat."
Okay.
Speaking of, I'm dead.
Did you eat dinner?
I'm trying to save you, Ilgar. I'm trying to save you. But it's not working.
You
We should probably
tried.
order something. 'Cause I didn't. I had like.
We probably
chips
will
and-
at some point.
I had chips and guac. That's
Um,
all I had really.
Not a huge, like, we won't make a huge deal out of it, but while we're playing, we'll order something. But you need to make 3 death saving throws, my friend, when you get back.
Hangs up.
Okay. Eliot, now what are you doing?
What do I see else around me? Well, hold on.
Yeah,
Some
wait.
of the smoke and some of the dust is starting to clear around you.
Okay.
What you can see, make a perception check. I'm not making you lose any action on this, but just make a perception
Okay.
check for this.
18.
Okay. Approaching something lying on the ground on maybe 15 feet away from you is a figure clothed in black with golden feathers making a mantle around them. And you kind of blink as you're taking in what you're seeing. But the figure reaches down towards something, revealing yellow skin underneath their hood. And a thin nose.
Wait.
What?
Wait, who is this?
Reaching down
Who
to
is
the
this?
body on the ground.
Just a body on the ground.
But there's still that feeling of coldness and fear in your chest about Ilgar at your feet.
I don't recognize this figure.
No.
What?
And part of you, it's like, maybe it's because of the smoke, maybe it's because of the dust, but you're not even sure if they're there.
Yeah, Elliot's freaking out.
You're seeing ghosts.
What are you doing? You have an action left and movement.
I'll stand up and walk over to this figure. Slowly, cautiously, without a weapon.
Okay.
And what body is he looking at? Is this thing looking at?
You look down and you see only a ball of white light. You've never seen this before.
Elliot didn't see that?
No, he was on top of the cart.
Oh,
It's an
yeah.
XP drop.
Collect your XP, brother.
Oh
You're
no!
gonna collect all of Trevin's XP. Congratulations. You are now level
Jeez.
12.
So who is this character? Corporeal? Is he translucent? Is he real?
Once you get closer, they do appear to be somewhat see-through. And they're just reaching down towards the white globe of light.
I don't do anything.
Okay.
I'm in shock.
Nick, I want you to make 3 death saving throws. Now 4.
2 successes, 1 fail.
Okay, now everyone make their 4th.
We're all the same, dog.
I
I'm
saved!
gonna
We're
go take a
good!
dump.
I succeeded 3 times. Does that mean I go to 1 hit point?
That's my 3rd success.
I'm good.
Just
Okay.
stabilized?
We're
Yeah, you
all. I think we're all
stabilized.
chilling. We're all stable. Holy crap!
That could have gone bad. If any of you rolled a natural 1,
Yeah, isn't that
I rolled a
2?
15, an 18,
Yeah, you failed
an
to.
8, and 11.
that's crazy,
Oh,
dude.
Wait, so Caden, did you... Oh, you died too.
yep. Died.
Can I... Wait, if I'm at 0 hit points, I can't take an action or anything?
No, you're just stabilized.
Yeah, you're unconscious, but you're not dying.
Okay, good to know, good to know, good to know.
Dude, what is happening?
Okay. Jade, what'd you get?
I'm good. I got 3.
Oh, I'm
You got
also
3.
good.
Okay, so you are at 0 hit points, but you are stable.
I'm at 0 hit points, but I'm stable. No HP.
What'd you get?
We're all 3 of us are good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're all good.
Oh, well, dang it.
Yeah.
So much for a tense. Two
Yeah.
fails, 2 successes. Ugh, okay, well, you guys are all okay.
I think all of us only had 1 failure, actually.
Yeah, you guys had 3 successes, 1 failure. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. But now on the 4th round, Eliot, what do you do? No stress. No pressure.
How many seconds has it been since I got into the room?
Since you got into the room, about 20 seconds, 18 seconds, 3 rounds. But since the explosion went off, it's been 4 rounds.
How long is that? 40 seconds? Right?
Yeah.
No.
No. 24?
24.
24 seconds.
Closing in on half
Okay.
a minute.
Okay. I'm immediately... My senses are coming back. Like, physically out of game. And I'm gonna run over to Ilgar and cast Revivify.
Whoa!
Okay.
Oh!
As you do, the person behind you is still reaching towards that ball of light.
Don't care.
Cast Revivify on Ilgar.
Yep, I pull out some diamonds that I had specifically for this. And,
Yerp.
yeah.
So, you cast Revivify. What do you do to cast Revivify?
Okay, after I'm looking at this strange ball of light, random figure, I quickly grab my pockets and feel the diamonds, and I dash over to Ilgar and drop to my knees and put them on his chest and close my eyes. And I'll say, if you're really there for me, if you really are here to help me in any way, you'll bring him back. I don't care where he went. I need him now. And I'll cast a spell.
That was good. That was really good.
The 3 of you and the Traveler specifically, feel hands on your chest shaking you as you slowly come to consciousness. As you see prisoners, what looks like a small family of furbolgs, just being frank, shaking you and trying to wake you up, saying, "Are you alive?
They used the help action.
Are you alive? Are
Baldur's
you
Gate.
okay?" And as you see this, looking up at the faces helping you, you looking around, feeling something at your side nudging you. You look down and see Romeo, just kind of at your side, just nudging you. And you're just like, trying to take all of this in, looking around you. Don't have much time to take in all your surroundings, but as you're sitting there, and Romero, you're sitting there as well, slowly just blinking.
Who?
Kieran! Gosh! Romero's back, you guys. Sorry, Kieran's dead, but Romero's back. You just look up, and it's as if you're lying in a field with no light pollution, and you can just see the stars around you. All of you looking around this darkened chamber, the explosion has put out any torchlight. So it is pure darkness, and the small wisps of cloud look like pieces of astral nebulas or whatever they are that appeared in the night sky late at night. And there are small twinkling lights appearing. As Eliot, you pull out is it 1 diamond?
It says diamonds worth 300 gold. So I think I grabbed like a small group of them from a
It's
jeweler.
just a small little bag really that you just kind of dump out. And as you place them on his chest, they also start to just float up into the air and start to just twinkle.
I'm not watching. I've got my head on Ilgar's chest now, and I'm just bawling my eyes
And
out.
there is just like flashing little lights just everywhere. And then all of a sudden, they are drawn back to Ilgar's chest. Ilgar. As your last words leave your lips, you feel a cold brush of the sea foam against your face. The smell of salt, of brine, and sand on your back. You're lying on a beach. The sun is out, but there is rain. It's one of those rare instances where a cloudless sky yields precipitation and it splatters across your face. And you can't help but smile. In your culture, this rare occurrence is called happy tears. When the sun seems to give rain instead of the dark clouds. And looking around, there is someone standing behind you, and they just say, "Are you just gonna sit there, old man?" You hate it when he calls you old man. You're not that old than he is. Or was. You're still lying in the surf. What do you do?
He probably rubs his face and his eyes and is like, "Who said that?" And he stands up, or sits up and turns around.
You turn around and see heir to the throne of bones. The prince, the one you have been called to defend. The one who fell in the shattered talons of the Eastern Peninsula under your supervision. He's just sitting on a rock, holding a familiar spear. Kind of looks down and looks back up at you. "I didn't think it was going to take you this long."
Want to die?
He looks down and kind of chuckles a little bit. "Maybe I was hoping it would take you longer." Well, it's been quite a ride. Did you have fun?
Yeah. Maybe. It all happened so fast. It wasn't a dry moment, that was for sure. Except for the fact that I was no longer on the sea.
It seems like it makes for lots of dry moments.
Yeah, no, but there was not one.
Well, come on. There's people here you gotta see. People you gotta meet. He turns around and starts walking up the trail. Up craggy shores. Do you follow?
No.
You're standing there in the water still.
Yeah, I was looking at him, and then I just looked back out to the sea, and just sit back down, like almost collapsing, like my strength is just failing me.
He turns back around. You coming? I don't...
It's just I'm not ready.
Ready or not, the boat's kind of leaving, if you know what I mean.
Is there actually a boat to catch, or am I good to just sit here and watch the sunset? Is there a sun?
You look around, and though the sky is bright, you don't really see a sun. Well, if that's how it is, good luck. And there's a shroud of black feathers around him. And a crack of thunder as lightning strikes where he was standing. And he vanishes. The sky immediately begins to darken. You hear the crackling of thunder all around you. Not the one I wanted. Somewhere in the distance, behind you or all around you, crackling of thunder and lightning. And then the two eyes forming in the clouds in front of you, making the appearance of the dragon-like deity of the storm.
It's a dragon? Whoa! That's so cool!
You see its lightning extends behind it, making out the spectral form of wings.
Holy crap.
And you feel this, almost like a fish hook is drawn through your chest, and you immediately feel yourself rising to your feet, lifting above the shore. The face looms down in front of you. Your friends call you home. The ships have gone. You have chosen to stay. The matron of the stars reforms your soul to your body.
Yes.
It was pretty sick.
And what about you?
The wings flap. The first time you've fully seen the storm in its entirety. And you're realizing that there are not but one set of wings, but many behind it, these lightning spectral things flashing and moving. What is it that is said about your people? That it is in the darkness of the storm. And you try to recall.
Oh, I have this written in my notes. Oh, what is it? In the darkness of the storm that one sees clearly? No.
That one can see where lightning strikes. You are to be the tip of my spear, and appearing in your hand is the spear that the person you just saw was holding. There is a darkness. I am striking. You are my lightning strike. It is not yet for you to take the ship into the storms above. You will stay, and you will fight. Your friends need you, and your family calls you home. And a familiar feeling that you've only ever felt once. The first time you were struck by lightning.
Oh, yeah.
And a familiar feeling that I've only felt one time.
Dude, he's about to get like what are those things called?
After a storm and you woke up on a beach.
Defibrillated?
Defibrillated?
Lightning struck you as you called out to your god. And you awoke in a river of water next to a crumbling castle. Lightning strikes you from the sky, animating your body, filling it with energy. Everyone in the room.
He screams right as the lightning strikes him.
Not again!
He knows what's coming.
It's just the scream from the start of oh, what song is that from Thor Ragnarok?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nope.
No, it's just a blood-curdling lizard scream.
You guys all around you hear a scream as Eliot, you are thrust off of Ilgar's chest, and a crack of thunder fills the room. Which is almost some of you are worried that part of the explosion that didn't go off earlier is finally going off,
Another
killing
one.
everyone for good. No! As lightning strikes through the tiny hole in the ceiling where you guys escaped and climbed in through, hitting Eliot. Or hitting Ilgar, throwing Eliot off of him. Eliot, you awake, and you are just steaming with energy. Your body's pulsing, and you can feel that energy around you. And then you collapse to the ground. You have 1 point of exhaustion, because you were just dead.
Oh, you said Eliot before.
Sorry, Ilgar.
Okay, wait.
Elliot,
so,
Ilgar.
Like, why did what the heck did Elliot do?
Elliot just got thrown off him, that's all. It's
Okay.
fine.
He just
No,
But
got
you
thrown.
take 1 point of exhaustion,
Medicine.
because you were just dead. Beyond that, you have 1 hit point.
I also want to add that it clarifies in the Revivify spell that it does not bring back lost limbs.
No. All around you, though, like, parts of your scales are starting to fade with that glowing light. You can look around and see that there's, like, black and, like, tarnished pieces all over you. As that energy slowly leaves your body from being resurrected, the light of stars and lightning coming together to bring you back.
wait, so what did this look like? So I
You were
was
lying on the ground, and all these stars, from their perspective, floated around in the room, and then came down into you as lightning struck from the ceiling.
Okay.
And you just sat up. Looking down, you can see that your leg is badly gnarled and beaten up really badly. And also your arms gone, like right here.
Yep. Yeah, no, he's still screaming. As soon as, like, his first breath entered back into his lungs, it was only just exhaled immediately as a
Accurate? Same.
Fair
You guys
enough.
all look over to hear the, honestly, somewhat relieving, like when a mother first gives birth and they hear screaming. It means he's alive. Elliot, what are you doing? As you're the closest person.
Well, Ilgar's alive. That's what I care about. Now I'm starting to think about everyone else in the room, because to me, everyone's dead. So I'm going to fly up to the balcony and see if I can find anyone else.
Okay, flying over which direction?
Towards where we came in.
Okay, towards where you come in, you see a small family and grouping of furbolgs, as well as a few other people behind them kind of looking in. You see Caden and the Traveler slowly getting up and just looking around.
Wait, do we have a point then?
Yeah, are we at 1 hit point since they helped us
Yes.
out of our unconsciousness?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know how that works.
I don't either, to be honest.
Because I know you can't someone stabilize you while you're making death saves?
I'm just not sure if that requires a
You did that to me.
medicine kit.
I'm good, bro.
I
But they appear to be alive, and if barely.
Okay.
I have an important question for Nick, because it'll affect how Caden feels. So I dropped I guess this is for Ryan too. I dropped unconscious, and that's when the barrel net ripped, because of the weight of just me falling, right? Unconscious. That's how it ripped.
That's true, yeah.
But then Waff gave me 12 hit points back, and so I woke up, and then everything just blew up.
I was dragging you backwards.
But you healed me.
Right.
When?
In between,
You
so
just kinda
the
woke
turn,
up
I had a
really, and
turn
then there
right
was just
before it
impact as you were flung
exploded.
forward.
So I like healed you, and then you
guys are
just.
probably like here.
It's like in Helldivers when you stim yourself and then immediately get rocket devastated.
Yeah.
We all know what that means.
I understood that reference. Okay. So it's kind of like when you wake up in the middle of the night and then you actually wake up and it's like you don't even know if that was
You just kind of
real.
recall like falling down and then just like getting
Yeah.
thrust forward. You don't
Yeah,
super recall getting healed too much.
because it didn't last. Okay, that helps. Okay.
Okay.
Caden is just cuddling Romeo, because honestly that was such a relief that he was alive. But I also like feel like at 1 HP, I don't know what the frick's going on. My head's probably pounding. I'm probably like my eyes like blurred. Probably just laying on the ground with the dog.
Ryan, do I constitute as a construct?
Kind of.
I can't have a kind of answer here. I need a yes or no.
Why? Because it's a kind of answer.
Because I have a spell that heals, but it does not heal undead or constructs.
It would heal you.
What?
Because you're a construct, but you're also
I
organic.
brought it, but if you want it, you can have it.
And you're not primarily a construct.
So he's an organic construct.
Kind of.
Isn't he also dead?
Is he like General Grievous?
Eh.
I'm like the opposite of General Grievous. Like, you know how he's mostly machine with a little bit of organic? I'm mostly organic with a little bit of machine.
I'm fine for now.
Okay. Do you want me to leave it here? Or
But that would work, is what I'm saying. That would be dumb if you couldn't heal yourself. Even Warforged have an organic body that they can be healed.
This, you just see this beast, like this bear, kind of looks like a panda bear, kind of walk out and just come over and like hug me and Aiden. And every 6 seconds it can heal. So I'm casting that because we need it super bad.
with borders?
If I see them up, I'm looking for Kieran.
Take 5 points of healing.
Kieran, what are you doing lying there on the ground? Are you just like...
I'm just taking deep breaths in it. I'm just taking deep
Like
breaths.
Loki after getting smashed by Hulk?
That's kind of honestly what I was thinking.
I was just taking deep breaths in and out.
Semi-conscious,
Very, very exaggerated.
Kieran
too.
is just lying on the ground, taking deep, deep breaths.
Yeah, I come running over to him and drop to my knees again. You good? You're alive? You're alive? You're alive? I don't even let him respond, and I throw a 2nd level cure wounds at him.
Oh.
Party on. 2 ones, so you get 6 points of healing.
Nice. Wow.
Where's Collective? Do you know where Collective is?
He kind of perks up and kind of looks around. Where is everybody? Is everybody okay?
I don't even answer. I start looking around for the Collective.
Traveler.
I lay back down.
So,
Looking over, a semi-translucent figure appears in front of you, kind of drifting up from the floor. They have a pale yellow skin tone, deep blue eyes, and a mantle of golden feathers around them. They are dressed in a fairly simple black cloak. And they just look at you and say, "You are a messenger, are you not?"
I am indeed.
I am a collector of souls that do not naturally flow to the Dusk Mother. This one, he looks towards the floating orb. I cannot retrieve. It would be like trying to pick up a shattered plate and return it whole to a place that requires it to be whole to return.
Is there any way to recover and to allow it to live on here? And once things are sorted out, it can be taken and pass on?
I am. They look around. There's a darkness here. She is here. And they just vanish. And then, it's strange, you didn't notice it when you were talking to this individual, but all of a sudden the rest of the room around you begins to move again. It's like when you were talking to them, time was stopped. And a small part of you
And he didn't say their name or anything like that?
and a small part of you can't help but go, so that's what that feels like.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I know. I think I know who that was too.
Yeah, I don't see Collective's body anywhere.
Nope, there's just a small white orb, ghostly looking, floating in the room. Those of
Justin,
you
take
who are
another
not
4
Eliot
points
would
of
recognize
healing.
this orb. As
Yeah, I
what
forgot about
appeared
that.
in the caravan when like the collective like shut down for the briefest moment, and you guys were sucked into their memories.
Justin, take a total of 10 points of healing.
Cool beans.
I love Healing Spirit. Oh my gosh, that's such a good spell.
Wait, was it a Gith Yankee?
Gith in nature.
It didn't say its name, nothing like that. What was the... Wait. What symbol did it have on its chest? Did it have a symbol? Or was it just...
Not really.
At this point, I think the Traveler would get up. Am I lagging a ton?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Why am I lagging?
maybe physically.
not for me.
That's so weird.
You're
Um,
back.
kind of lagging. Okay. Well, he gets up and he kind of walks into the center area. The panda bear kind of like following slowly.
You drop down. I'm assuming at this point, Eliot, you having been looking for the collectives, also have jumped down
Yeah.
to
Oh, absolutely.
the center of the room ish. On the edge of in the bottom of the pit, there's just that floating orb.
I would also run over to Ilgar and throw some healing at him.
Do you follow me, Justin? I mean, Caden?
No.
Okay.
Ilgar gets 12 points of healing back.
Yeah, he probably stays in your thing one more time, Justin, so that way, not Elliot, Caden can get one more thing of healing. Take 3 more points of healing. And then he walks into the pit.
Okay.
And like while he walks forward, the panda bear kind of disperses and just kind of goes out. What am I seeing, Ryan?
A spectral white circular mass. Not perfectly circular, wispy in parts. That's really all that you can make out from this.
Do I recognize it from when I saw it
Yeah,
before?
absolutely. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Kind of walks over to it. Does it do anything when I get
Eliot's
close?
standing pretty close to it as well. I should also mention there's a shattered husk of metal and flesh in pieces against the wall too.
Yeah, there's nothing else alive down here besides us, right?
Oh, lots of things.
Well,
Slowly
things-
trickling in from
Trying to kill us.
Not immediately. Slowly trailing in from the door upstairs is a group of refugees, prisoners, people who have been taken. But back to the orb. What are you guys doing with that?
Put it in my
Eliot,
box.
this, I don't think you were there when this occurred, but the collective turned into this ball of light for a period of time while we were with the caravan.
You talking to me?
Yes.
What? That's the collective?
I think it's probably what's closest to it.
I'm gonna go up and try and. I'm gonna try and heal it. Cure wounds on it.
It just... You feel the divine energy flow through you and just... Almost like it's like there's a vacuum or an absence of space. It's just sucked in immediately.
How's it feel when I touch it?
You know the feeling of stress, of anxiety, of being too scatterbrained to really formulate one thought, to even be able to, like, move. Like, you're so scared about, like, really, like, a really stressful week or something, and just, like, you're so much to the point that you're almost paralyzed. It's like that times 200.
Jeez.
Yikes.
I thought you were asking for a physical description.
I mean, that too.
Like, I thought it was going to be
No,
like
that is
wet.
the physical description.
That is horrendous. I hate that.
That is physically what it feels like.
Well, Eliot is already feeling like that. So that doesn't help. I guess I'll just retract my hand and slowly step away. Just look at Trav.
Ryan, do I remember how we, like, pulled it back? Got it back? I don't...
Ilgar touched it last time, and it seemed to do the trick. But Eliot touched it this time too, and it just seemed to, like, the wisps began to just move faster and faster and faster.
He's gonna walk closer to it and just kind of put his hand in it. And he's gonna kind of turn his thoughts to Lady Death. Just say in his head, like, where did they go? Or where are they?
All you get
Jones
is
or
that
Little
same
Caesars?
feeling that I described to Eliot.
Or there's something else.
Relic. Do you know of any way? Anything we can do?
It appears in front and appears to almost scan the orb. It moves around, it moves to the back,
Either or.
and then goes, then comes closer to you again. I was only able to receive one thing. A message. And it plays to you almost as if it's transmitting a recording. The sound of something large and heavy, cracking, breaking, and slamming to a stone floor. And then 20, 25 different voices yelling out all at once. The door is broken. high pitches, low pitches, feminine voices, masculine voices. It's as if the entire collective's voice screams out at once. The door is broken.
Let's go.
I don't know if that's something to be excited about.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing.
Slam. The door is broken. Slam. The door is broken. Till eventually Relic just stops playing.
Oh, wait, shoot. If it's a palace and there are certain people locked in rooms, doors breaking is not a good idea.
Relic, did you see what I'm assuming is the other messenger? The one that said
Other
they
messenger,
couldn't.
I did not see anything.
Really?
If another one of your kind was detected, I would have known.
Interesting.
Souls.
Wait, you saw him too, Trav?
Saw what exactly? What did you see?
Some spooky ghost man hovering over the collective, I guess.
Was it Githyanki in nature?
Yeah.
He told me that he was a messenger. Like me. Did he say messenger, Brian? Am I repeating that correctly? No. He was a collector of souls. That's my
That's how he
apologies.
described himself, yeah.
A collector of souls. And more of a specialized... Those who don't really fit the mold. But he couldn't collect this one.
Well, maybe if we go to that Gith palace or wherever that guy was talking about that we originally wanted to help him, maybe we can bring him back. I don't know.
Here's the thing, though. If Lady Death can't collect its soul, I don't know if anyone else can. So I don't know where their soul is. Maybe this is it, but how do we transport this?
I don't know.
It's
This
at
is all
point,
you.
Kind of coming down the stairs is Zig and the 3 Cloud Riders who ran after the last chain member. What in the hells did you guys do? I wasn't gone that long, was I, Eliot?
Thank God you were gone. That's all I'm gonna say.
Zig's kind of just looking around. Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good way of putting. He's like looking at the giant, fleshy carapace of a monster over in the corner. The 4 dead bodies over there. Like he's just like.
If those bodies are even there, they probably got blown
good
like
job,
they're
I
ash.
think. Good job.
The skeleton
Good job
meme
seems-
was so funny.
I don't know.
Thank
is that,
you,
Is that what I
yeah.
should be saying?
I thought that was pretty
Because
funny.
it was the guitar, and then there were like the whole group of skeletons, and
It was
I
pretty
think
good.
I'm gonna fly up again.
Good.
Cast that again, and try and see if I can use the broken lever for the elevator and bring it back down.
Because it's broken, it like there's not really a way to move it. Like it just flops up and down. Like it doesn't appear to be connected to whatever mechanism summoned it.
That
You don't know if the
sucks.
lever itself is what moves it. Obviously, whatever moves it is probably from up top, as you didn't see any chain mechanism pulling it from the bottom.
chain.
Or wire. But you do know that it did seem to summon or in some way signal to whoever was atop to bring the elevator up. If you do look in that room, you do see that wherever that elevator is, it's gone. It's so far away at this point.
That sucks.
So we're trapped in a hole? Sorry. We're trapped in a hole.
What happens when you die? You just... Everything hurts, Ilgar. Then anyone gonna respond to Ilgar?
No. Elliot's gonna walk out towards the docks.
Okay, you start walking down the hall as Zig kind of saunters up to you. So,
Oh,
we have to find a way to help these people. What are we gonna do?
Are they just kind of gathered at a certain spot?
They're kind of just gathered in the hallway looking around, just really confused. But Zig's walking with you, Eliot, as you start to walk down the hall.
I don't know yet. Just give me a minute. I need to process.
Yeah, sure. And he kind of just stops and looks around and begins to walk back a little bit.
Okay.
Kieran, as you're sitting there, not really looking around, a woman, a female voice, kind of just above you, just starts speaking. Your brain is so scattered you can't even make out what they're saying at first. Do you need help? Are you... He's alive, right? You just hear some whispering.
I nod my head.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
So, come over here.
Kind of hurting. I kind of raise my hand up, kind of beckoning someone to lift
And
me
you
up.
feel a strong arm behind it and it lifts you up. And you see standing next to the woman a tiefling with dark purple skin and just pale gray eyes looking at you.
Hi.
Yes,
Hello. No,
I am Zoe.
Zoe.
It would appear you and your band of adventurers saved me, and my friends here.
Who am I looking at? Who do I see?
You see standing behind this person. They don't appear to have an immediate visible or identifiable gender. A female woman, a small... They look like they're early teens, male human. A large turtle behind them as well, so a small group of 4. A small, a boy, woman, human, tiefling, turtle.
Okay. Well, glad to have helped. I'm sorry. You said my band of adventurers. Do you know where they are by chance?
You see Ilgar walking around the room.
He's just kind of walking in circles in the bottom.
And he looks like he's looking for something.
Question and answer.
And you see Eliot just disappearing down the door. Caden, were you just holding the dog? Just kind of sitting there in shock?
Yeah, but like he's literally just like butt on the ground, feet out against like a wall, just like his eyes just like staring off into space.
The chiefling just kind of holds out a Zoe, as they've identified themselves as, hands you a small cloth. Do you want this, maybe? For your head?
Please,
and
please.
You're realizing that your head's not just cold, there's blood pooling down the side of it. And you just kind of shove it up against your head. I can perhaps help a little bit with some of these people here. I only worry about what may come back.
Okay.
I run an establishment not too far from here, further up the river. It is an underground tavern called the Empty Well. I can get some people there. From what I know, it's abandoned ever since all of us were attacked. We can take what people I have left and we can begin getting people food and taken care of. I think there's probably some boats from these monsters here, but I'm gonna let you rest.
Yeah, thank you.
What was your name? I think you're one of the Whistlers, one of the unsung, right?
Oh,
That's me.
Just a little bit of blood on the yellow crest.
On the pen. My name's
Purple crest.
my name is it's Kieran.
A look of growing concern comes over their face until you finally get your name. Right.
Yeah.
Well, if we find any other way to help you, we will.
I'm sorry, have you seen a loot anywhere around here?
A loot? Loot? Like treasure?
No, like a loot, like
Oh, I want you to roll a d20 for me.
Okay. That's a 1.
oh. Yikes.
In the corner, not too far from you, smashed into several pieces is your loot.
Vivian.
The real heartbreak begins.
Oh, Vivian, why? Why, Vivian? No. I kind of like limp my way over, kind of holding that right to
Crawling
my head.
forward, just holding the pieces in your hands.
No, Vivian. He's like crying, but not like violently. It's just like tears rolling down his face. He's
I
not
know
like
what the title for
sobbing.
this session is.
What?
I know what the title for this session is.
What?
Nothing.
The death of Vivian.
No, Vivian, no.
It sounds like this has happened again. Like this has happened before.
Yeah, not. It's like Anakin when his lightsaber is broken. Not again. Obi-Wan's gonna kill me.
And Kieran's just picking up the broken pieces of Vivian.
This is so sad. Alexa played Despacito.
And
He can't play it.
he's just gonna hold Vivian, the shattered pieces of Vivian, and just kind of rock back there and forth in a corner until he just comprehends that his loot's broken.
Does Zilgard find his spear
Okay.
in the meantime?
Session title updated.
What was it?
Broken Souls and Broken Lutes.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
I like that.
Anyways,
Gosh
Did
dang it.
Elgar find his spear?
I'm frustrated. I'm pissed.
That's what he was looking for.
perfectly upright, not too far from where you fell. It's sticking upright in the dirt. And honestly, it took a while for you to find it. You walked past it, your vision is still cloudy, especially in the one eye.
And I'm especially only being able to really walk in a circle with my...
You got a gimp leg, so you're trying to walk straight.
I'm trying to walk with my
One-
tail. Because my leg is just
That's
so...
my stomach.
Yeah, I ordered Little Caesars,
Oh,
but
really?
it will be here.
Okay, cool.
in
Continue. Sorry.
in
45
an hour.
minutes. Yeah.
45 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oof.
I should have just picked some up. I was down there.
You were. Anyways,
It's okay.
continue. You pick it
I-
up.
I walk in circles until I can walk over
You
to
kind of
it.
spiral eventually into it. It's not a large room that you're in, area of this pit. It's kind of, what is that, 35? No, that's 40 feet by 40 feet. But you're still just kind of slowly narrowing in on it because
Yeah.
you're walking in a circle.
Yeah, it's funny. Everybody like healed, and then Elliot just ran off, and Ilgar's just kind of there, like, can I get some help? My leg is dead. And so yeah, so he gets over there. He grabs that, and so since for description, it was only his left side that was damaged. So his left arm is the one that's missing, and his left hip is just shattered a bunch, and so he can't really walk with it. But he still has his right arm and his right leg. So he's gonna take the spear in his right hand and use it as like a crutch for his left side, even though he can't hold the spear.
That's
Or
actually super awkward.
he can't. Yeah, he's trying to walk with only one side.
At this point,
And,
sorry, continue.
and he probably walks over to where Caden is.
So, Caden's sitting up on top of the pit. So
Oh,
you
he's
kind of
up-
go over to
he's
the
up there.
ladder, look at it,
Oh,
and kind of start.
I thought he was down against the
No,
wall.
he's,
Okay,
he's
I
up
wouldn't
against the
have-
wall over here.
I wouldn't have gone
I'm
to
up
him.
by the door.
I would probably go over to Kieran is the only other person on the floor.
He's up here though, so you gotta get out of the pit somehow. Unfortunately,
I'm down in the pit.
the traveler's in the pit.
Traveler's in the pit.
Just
okay.
kind of looking around, checking out the sphere, sitting next to his panda, which is kind of ethereal.
No, that disappeared. It only lasts for 4 rounds.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I walk
After
over-
he's like kind of confused with the orb, he walks over to the construct and the exploded dead construct thingamabob and is inspecting that as well.
Okay, make an investigation check as Ilgar is approaching. Not you, Ilgar. Sorry, Traveler.
Yeah, no, I was just playing.
It was a good roll, but it was cocked. That was the even better roll and was not cocked. 18.
18. Okay.
And Relic, I wanted Relic to also. Relic, do you mind doing me an analysis on this?
There appears to be something breathing.
Eh? Huh?
Breathing.
Inside.
Oh, bastard.
Huh?
And Relic says that to you just as Ilgar approaches.
You see the traveler unsheath his little like
If his
scimitar
eyes
like.
were wider, they would.
Yeah.
You got a little snake.
Oh yeah, his left eye is also like goobered up, so he's. That's also why his vision is cloudy.
Super cloudy. There's like a little bit of blood just pooling out.
Are we
from
about to
the
get
side.
eye patch Ilgar?
Maybe.
That guy kind of
Ilgar's
goes
about to
hard.
kind of become a pirate.
That's kind of sick.
It goes
Is it
mega hard.
It's only instead of having a pirate with like a hook on his right arm and a peg on his left, he's just gonna be like eye patch, hook and peg.
Just like
I
Stripe.
don't want to peg.
It's like Stripe,
necessarily.
man.
Yeah, I mean
Necessarily.
yeah, no.
Ilgar with a hook sounds so cool.
Yeah.
I would,
He's
I would
becoming
go.
foxy. The more.
Oh my
more-
gosh.
No!
Let's go. That's
Freddy
great.
Fazbear.
Okay,
Is that Freddy?
so you show up.
Yeah.
My worst tree.
Trav? Trav.
Oh, hi, Ilgar. You. Oh.
What did Relic say?
About this?
Yeah. Did he say that thing is still alive?
Because there's something breathing. I'm gonna find out. You sit down. He's gonna cast Healing Word.
On the construct?
Oh, on you, you dummy! Take 6 points of healing.
Dummy.
Man, I just beat a freaking gallon.
It healed.
What was
Chunky Wongy?
Dongy Wongus.
Chunky Wongy.
Sorry, continue. What did I miss?
I
How
just
much?
told Ilgar to get healed, and he got 6.
Cool. You're now at 7 hit points.
No.
No, he's gonna cast it
6
twice.
plus 13.
Oh, you're
Just only have first level spell slots. And take 4 points of healing. And then he goes up to the construct and tries to look for an opening, tries to look for like where
Traveler heals you and just
Lung?
it's very distracted.
Okay. Well, you told me to sit down, and so I was gonna be like hell, I'll sit down. And he's just gonna keep hopping around.
Make a Constitution saving throw just for the fun of it.
You would do that to me. 3 plus something.
What is that something?
I don't know what that something is because it's
Surely
Plus
you have-
20.
You have an. Okay.
That's right. 23. Like that.
3 plus. I
On
don't know.
my own.
Take an average of 3.
What's your Constitution modifier?
I'm trying to find it out.
I can find it right now. Give me a sec.
Oh yeah, I don't have any of those tabs. That bastard. Yeah, no, that's gonna
Okay, so it's 5.
What? What do you want?
Dang.
8.
I literally said 5.
What do you want from me?
He has a +5
No.
Constitution.
Yeah.
No, I
Oh,
rolled a 3.
What? I know, but you add your
Yeah, so it's
Constitution
now
modifier.
5.
Oh.
Okay.
We know it's a saving throw. So it's never mind. You're absolutely fine. Your leg buckles a little bit as you say that, but you're fine for now. No way you're making it up that ladder though.
He's
I'm
gonna
going
try.
to figure out if this thing is still, how this thing is still breathing. Don't do anything stupid.
Okay.
Like stab it with my javelin.
Don't. You have half a body.
Half a body. I think I've got a little more than
Yeah,
half.
like 90% of the body.
I've still got my skull. I mean, the only thing that's really in pieces is maybe my arm and my hip. And maybe some of my ribs too.
My statement still stands. Of not doing anything
Just
stupid.
don't let me get in your way. Just go
Don't
ahead.
stab it. I'm not worried so much about this thing. I'm worried about you stabbing it and falling over and hurting yourself.
Like I said, don't let me get in your way.
All right, he starts poking around at it, looking for an opening, a breathing apparatus, like anything. He's just scouring this.
Okay. What was your investigation check?
Breathing, so it's not.
Do I need to roll another one?
Yes.
Do undead
That's a
breathe?
fair point. That's an
I did ask Relic. Do I get the help action with Relic, or
I'll say it affects the DC. But what's your investigation check?
10?
Do undead breathe?
Ken,
Undead?
10?
Ryu, Gay,
Ghost just says
Greninja.
Relic?
Relic just says there's something inside. And you begin to pull at parts of the flesh and armor away. The majority of the creature, it did not look ramshackled. It had a very unique armor design with shards of metal and other things pulling out of it. But the further you pull out what looked like the flesh and basically the bulk of the musculature of this creature, you begin to pull and pull and pull until you find underneath one of the arms a small humanoid arm. Lithe and humanoid. Pale. But recently enough alive that it's not like eroded or anything. Does that make sense? But it's like you just pull apart
Is it
this creature's
just
arm, it's
the
down
arm?
a human's arm.
Just the arm.
Yes, but it appears to be connected to a body. You just gotta
That's what I was trying to ask. Is I was like, is it just the arm, or is there the body attached to it?
From what you can tell, it connects to a larger or something. Whether or not it's a human centipede type of scenario or something else.
Oh, please don't. No. Oh, gosh.
Okay. Is there any way to clear the debris around it? Kind of
You will
like.
continue working on that, and I'll come back to you. Caden. As you're kind of sitting there against the floor, just barely catching your breath, similar to Kieran. A woman walks up to you, Furbolg, tall, in rags.
The same one that woke us up.
Mm-hmm. I thank you for my family's life. We owe you.
Please don't walk away.
Yeah. Okay.
We have been praying for a long time for someone to find us. She holds up a small symbol, an amulet. And you recognize it to be the symbol of Celera. Or Aletheia, sorry. A small dove holding a rose in its beak.
He just looks at it.
I think you and your friends are like angels. You are champions of the light. I saw the light that saved your friend.
What do you, huh? What light? What are you talking about?
There were stars. And light came from above and it saved. You are like that light. You saved us. And she gestures around her to the about 20 or so people that have been kept hostage here.
Are all the prisoners okay?
As okay as they can be.
Did we lose anyone?
She just looks towards the pit. Not that I can tell. Not those that weren't already lost. Not anyone that wasn't already lost.
I think this is starting to like trigger Caden's brain to be like, wait, his friends are in this room. So I'm gonna look into the room, just seeing who I see. Probably scared to look.
You see Ilgar looking pretty beat up, standing next to the Traveler.
Just digging through a
You
robot
don't see
flesh.
Eliot. You see Kieran, not too far away, clutching a few broken pieces of wood and metal strings.
Nylon, actually.
So if Elliot's not there, my eyes would
Probably
immediately
not.
get drawn
It might be
to
metal.
the elevator shaft that I saw him running towards. Is that caved in? What does it look like?
There's a few pieces of rock at the base. It's kind of far away, but don't really see anything. Before you go, I just want you to know that we've been praying for a long time. We're hoping that one day someone would come. We've been praying for a miracle, for someone to save us. To whatever gods would answer. That prayer was answered because you showed up. I think that's how it works. I think you are what a champion is. She just kind of smiles and takes her family, and they just kind of start walking down the hall in the other direction, leaving you with that thought as...
Yeah, he's just like staring at the ground, just kind of like nodding his head. Where's Collective?
Nowhere that you can see, there's just that strange orb of whitish light that you recognize. And to be honest, when you're looking down at first, you're still just rubbing your eyes, trying to get a grip on what was going on.
Right, yeah.
Your brain just didn't fully focus in on it yet. I mean, it's a weird light source. You thought it might have been a torch or something burning on the ground, but as you're getting your bearings more, you realize, starting to put together what it is. But besides that, all of your friends are accounted for except for Eliot.
What did you say about the elevator shaft again?
There's just a few pieces of fairly large rock on the floor, but that's about it.
I'd probably hobble my way over to the elevator shaft, probably looking like, as I'm walking by the collective's orb above, just like kind of staring at it as I go by.
Okay, make a perception check.
That is a 15.
There's something really weird and freaky about it.
He actually probably stops as he's walking past it on his way to the elevator and just kind of stands there and just stares, probably holding Romeo just in his arm as he sees like Waff and Ilgar looking at the orb. He's probably also just like staring at it, just like trying to piece together what's happening.
Okay. At this point, Eliot, where'd you go?
To the dock. There is a dock here, right?
As you come to the dock, there is a figure hanging from the ceiling just above the entrance to the dock.
Hanging?
Hanging, noose wrapped around its neck. A chain member. Apparently the one that they have been chasing after. Not turned yet to dust. Strung up. As if in warning. Probably by the people who chased it down.
I regard it. We'll walk past. And I'm gonna sit down on the dock. Take my boots off and dip my toes in the water and just sit there for a minute.
Wholesome.
Something very calming. I mean, water has that natural way of just relaxing you. The sound of the water itself just slowly rushing by the underground river. And it's really quiet too, as it being underground dampens most of the sound from, well, everywhere. There's just this kind of perpetual rushing sound.
And I'm gonna sit there. Just watch the water.
After a little while, a tiefling, a little middle-aged woman, a young boy, well, a young man, teenager, and a turtle all come out and begin to untie one of the boats.
I let him.
They whisper a little bit to each other, and eventually the tiefling just says, "I know who you are with. Thank you." And they
Still staring at the water. I just nod my head. I don't look up.
Eventually they take the boat and just disappear around up the corner.
Cool.
After a little while longer, someone just comes and sits down next to you. They're wearing fairly simple robes, and they have very pale skin and pointed elven ears, and they look at you, and you see a feminine face looking back at you. Are you okay?
No.
She eyes you up and down. Good.
Oh.
I'd be worried if you weren't.
Appreciate it.
She looks up and down and opens her mouth to say something. seems to think better of it and walks away. So, as you guys continue to relax, take your breath in, I'll come back to Traveler, but beyond that, what the rest of you wish to do as you recuperate. I'll start with Traveler. Whatever, what I'm saying doesn't make sense. Trav, after a while, you begin to extricate a whole person from within this monster. There are small metal barbs piercing into their skin from all around them, which you carefully pull off of them, specifically around their head and neck. They are just barely breathing. And you manage to slowly and carefully pull them out. There is just a dark symbol on their chest right here as you continue to pull more of this off of them. This symbol appears to be that of Brosantis. I suppose there's not anything too surprising about that. And you help this woman out of this machine of sorts and lay her on the ground. As you do, I will mention that she is nude, devoid of clothing, and her body instinctively begins to shiver and shake.
So what?
Kind of curling up on itself.
On the on the construct, it has like a cloak thing, right?
Not really.
Oh.
What bits there were are just small tattered pieces now, after the explosion.
He pulls off his cloak and drapes it over her.
Her body begins to slowly stop shivering. You note the ears. She's probably a half-elf. If not full elf.
Relic, is she stable?
Barely. There appears to be something on her neck.
What is it?
A contraption of sorts. It appears to deal some kind of pain to this individual, controlling them.
Can it be removed?
Perhaps. I'm not sure.
Wait a second.
Can I inspect it?
Turning them over gently, very carefully. Their body is thin, unnaturally so, as if they have been eaten in months. Carefully turning them over, keeping them covered as best you can so that they might stay warm, and at least have some measure of dignity in this cold, dark chamber. On the back of her neck, just where there's a bony prominence, at the base where their neck meets their back, you can feel it on your own, there's a small metal stud, probably about the width of a quarter, placed on and or in their back.
Can you tell Relic if it's connected to their spine, how it's connected, what I can do?
It is deeply connected to them. Deeply connected. That is all I can tell.
Trav, why are you...
You've just kind of been watching this.
Yeah.
You probably helped a little bit.
Yeah, and the extrication and
but
stuff.
you also maybe weren't that much help. You were good help for sure, but you only have so much strength right now.
Yeah.
Trev, why are you not wanting to kill this person?
From what we saw from the Broslentis Brigade, they're simply puppets being controlled for
Ilgar, roll an insight check.
I think I'm putting two and two together.
No, you are. This is for you.
For me or...
An insight check on you.
I don't know.
Alright.
18 plus 2. 20.
You recall probably about 2 weeks ago when you first met this group.
It is.
You recall your fury, your anger. An anger you had forgotten. So much has changed in 2 weeks. But you recall the fury and anger you had upon seeing Eliot eviscerate a member of a roving clan of bandits called Maelstrom.
Right.
Who's here?
You remember the fury, and there's a tinge of guilt.
New? I like it.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
That's wild. Yes. The anger of the whole thing where Eliot just punched the chain dude's face in, and I was like, what the heck? Why did you do that? I will remember this.
Yeah. You recall that, and you do, in fact, remember that right now. The smallest tinge of guilt comes over you, or I'll let you interpret that how you will, but
Yeah.
just a reminder that...
Changing.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
She might have answers. I don't know what she knows. I don't know what she's seen. But maybe it can help us to get further.
That might be the most hopeful statement I've heard about somebody who was involved with the chain. But
I don't think it was her own will
Not appropriate.
to be involved in this.
And the big thing here is Relic said that they're stable, like they're alive. They're not undead.
No.
Means that. Wait a second. I think we. Who was the man that we met in the caravan? That he kept touching his neck.
Miko?
Miko.
And the Niners.
I was not expecting that. Jeez.
Wasn't Ilgar's looking down at the little thing in her neck, and he
Appears to be pretty familiar.
pretty familiar. I think Miko was one of whatever this was. That's why he was so paranoid of these giant construct things, because he knew he was one of them, and he knows how much they're controlled and everything. He was so petrified of it. Anyways, let's get her somewhere safe, and let's go talk to some of these prisoners, see if they know, or former prisoners, see if they know anything, if they've learned anything about
At this point,
the habits.
a figure clothed in black drops down into the pit, kind of where you and Traveler are talking. See in front of you a figure.
Dexterity saving throw as Elgar wheels around.
Not to fall flat on your ass.
16. We're good.
Sorry, I'm trying to find. I didn't give. Okay, awkward. They have dark skin, black hair pulled into dreads behind them, and pale, dark eyes. She is a necklace hanging from her neck with a crescent moon, silver.
Very cool, very cool.
And she looks at the two of you. What are you doing with this creature?
We killed it, and we're gonna frame its head as a trophy.
From what I can tell, it's still breathing.
Oh, you're talking about you're talking about the... It's a bit.
Okay.
I'm a hunter of demons. Step aside. And she begins to
I don't
drop
think
rays
so.
of silver.
Ilgar holds up his javelin
OJ,
Hmm.
with his one arm.
Me?
do you know what's going on? No. Okay, never mind.
Who are you again?
My name is earned, my friend. I thank you for saving my life, saving everyone's lives here. But a name is earned. I do not expect you to tell me yours. From where I come, it is a sacred thing, a private thing, a hidden thing.
Very mysterious.
A name is earned, but you saved my life. Yeah. Okay.
If
Well-
you think this creature deserves to live, I will trust your judgment.
That, and he points to the construct, did not deserve to live. This might.
Also, finders keepers. Move on.
I've been hunting creatures similar to this with a small party of my friends. Sadly, they did not make it.
Well, I will invite you to come
But-
closer and inspect something that I believe may help you in the future of maybe hunting these things. It appears that as he motions her forward
she
and he
pulls
starts
out her
talking.
blade, which you can tell is nearly completely silvery in its weird light, and cuts her hand, drawing blood,
What?
and drops it to the ground, and you see her muttering something before the blood just turns into a ghostly white fog as it hits the ground. And
Is she a
sigils
blood
across her
hunter?
blade.
This is sick.
It would appear she is a blood hunter. And it just
I
fades away.
freaking love that. I love blood
She
hunters.
sheathes the silver blade and puts it down, stretching her hand towards the body on the ground. Kind of taking the on one knee position.
What I've seen, from what I understand, is these
just puts up a
walker constructs.
She puts it down and stands up. Apologies, I was listening.
What does this woman look like?
Dark skin, dark eyes, long black dreads. Appears to be maybe an Earth Genasi. But you're not here.
No. Sick though.
Appears to be a
I
blood
just-
hunter
We're
for
playing in
those-
the river.
those playing. For the players here.
I just have a thing for blood hunters. Okay. No need. What were you listening for?
That is a dark construct made from aberrant origins.
What the heck is this?
It's a new thing called a crazy puff.
Dark creatures, mind flayers, beholders, aboleths. These are not typically the type of creatures I fight. Nor are they the types in which I would search for. I specifically hunt ghosts and the undead. There are many undead here, but this is something else. Just like feeling around.
We've seen a couple of these, if it makes any difference to
And
you.
she touches the metal. And she withdraws her hand quickly. This was crafted, and a confused look crosses her face. She reaches and touches it again.
What, crafted in Brazentis?
This was crafted by mind flayers and beholders. No such union has existed since... This cannot be. It doesn't make any sense.
Sorry, Trav, do you know what a beholder is?
They were all
or-
destroyed.
Okay.
Giant eye.
Or, what was the other one you called it?
Mind flare.
Mind
It's
Flayer? Flays your mind?
They're called lithids, but they're basically. Do you know what a squid is?
Of course I know what a squid is. What do you think?
Imagine a squid human that will eat you and blast your brains out
squid human.
and turn you into one of them.
Does his legs come out of its mouth?
I just love that you're now imagining human legs coming out of a squid's mouth. Because that's what I imagined when you said that, even though that's the opposite of what it is.
No, it's like
It's just a squid
where
that
the head
wanders around, but
is like a
its legs
squid,
going like this,
and then it
it's got
has like
legs
a
that it just runs around on. Now that's some Cthulhian nightmare stuff.
That's
It's
terrifying.
like I'm kind of imagining legs from Toy Story,
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
but except for with this squid.
They kind of have squid-like heads and then like a humanoid body.
Oh, okay. You'll have
They're
to show
very
me
powerful.
sometime. Oh,
I will not because they
well,
do not have the best intentions.
I guess it. I mean, I've already kind of
She
seen one.
just looks at both of you, eyes darting back and forth. One of our order, well,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
a renegade, rather, destroyed a hive of... It's strange to call aberrations aberrant, but an aberrant hive of mind flayers and beholders who had been camped up in a holy temple built to the law builder Arathis. But they were all destroyed a long time ago. There have been murmurs and rumors of them returning in some way, but if they are connected in some way to the undead rising out of Brazentis in the chain, then there are darker things at hand than I think any one of us understands.
Why are beholders and mind flayers working together, especially in a tower of a god?
Great question, Nick.
From what I understand, that temple has been purified and cleaned for many years. They've probably settled
Who
down somewhere
cleaned?
else and have begun whatever dark experiments they had been doing before.
Who cleansed it?
And a renegade hunter and other companions of his.
Yeah.
But
Just want him to say it.
she said, and she's trying to she's thinking deeply. I will have to go. If you need to reach out to me, I do not have
You have
a way of communicating with you. And the place I go is sacred. It cannot be shared.
How about we meet you back in the hold in a couple weeks? Does that sound good?
I can do that.
Okay.
while you were
I will bring a
listening.
Oh,
That would be
yes.
okay.
That will do great.
Do you have any way of knowing how to remove this metal piece?
Not without killing the individual.
That's right. Miko still had his. That's why he was probably rubbing it. It wasn't just a scar.
Did he still have it?
I have heard of similar items on many Brosentists bonded. All this means, or clarifies rather, is that whatever magics they are using to enthrall these creatures is the same many bond holders are using to enslave those under their contract. This only confirms that the chain and other dark forces are clearly related to something going on in Brosentis. Beginning to sense that all of the war going on right now is nothing but a great big distraction. And Trinity and the rest of the world is falling for it.
War. We've kind of been stuck underground, if you will, during whatever war is happening. What word is there from the surface?
You don't know?
We don't.
She looks at you. There's been a war going on for a long time between Brosentis and Trinity. It's slowly been escalating.
And it's only now just rearing its head.
Ilgar, you're starting to get a grasp on the names of the regions and empires and stuff. You're like, I feel like I heard about that. I'm not really sure. But, yeah. What's Bob?
Very cool.
Percent. Any more questions for her?
Thank you for your help and sparing her. You wouldn't happen to have an extra cloak or something? Clothes, perchance?
I have a cloak I can spare. Perhaps it'd be best to... Here, and she pulls... she kind of pulls off parts of her armor and pulls out different layers of her clothing. Not completely stripping by any means, but just pulling off different parts and putting on others. It looks like she's built for this to be somewhat layered in different ways. She must come from somewhere that's probably pretty cold, as with the layers that she's wearing. She's smiling, I wonder why. And offers some simple clothes, and she kind of kneels down and helps. And for a figure that initially came on as very cold and distant, gently and very tenderly helps put on the clothes onto the individual on the ground, and takes off her own cloak and wraps them in it, which is difficult, as I well know, on an unconscious person. Getting unconscious people dressed is a mess, especially when their body is stiff like a board. Talk about cerebral cortic posturing, but
You mean rigor mortis?
I'm not talking about dead people. I'm talking about alive people.
Oh, okay.
Freaky, man. Old people are weird. But
Wow.
she kind of stands up and looks to you, Traveler, and Ilgar. I need to go.
Okay.
I've been too long
Thank you.
on my mission. My name is...
That's what I said.
Oh, shoot, I just forgot it. This isn't...
I mean, she told us she wasn't going to tell us her name, so...
My name is Val.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I don't
No.
think we know this person.
No.
I know.
I just
You said meet you
fine.
in the hold.
Meet you in the hold. In a week's time.
Find a building on the north side of the hold with a crescent hanging from the porch. Tell them you talked to Val. They won't be able to tell you much, but they may be able to help you if you ever have needed it. Understand?
Understood.
Understood. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, Val. I am Ilgar. Goodbye.
I am the traveler.
They walk off.
Leave Zoom meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Traveler,
Crest.
after like he puts back on his cloak, his own cloak, seeing that she's already dressed her up and all of that. And his cloak isn't really meant to like be for comfort or warmth. Ilgar, I think we can get out of this pit. I'm going to carry her over to the side, and then I can help you climb out of the ladder. But I'm going to see if there's anything I can do to move or help the collective.
Just before you do that, going back to the rest of the group, Caden, are you near to where Kieran is?
Is Kieran on the other side of the room?
Kind of adjacent side of the room.
So I walked down this way
Walked over that
and
way.
watched what was happening, and then probably when the stuff with the construct happened, I was like, I don't have the mental energy for this. So I'm here now, just kind of, probably just like standing at the elevator shaft, like looking up, or
It just fades into darkness above.
Did we find what group that lady was from? Val? She didn't say?
She didn't say no.
Okay.
Whatever it implies that the rest of her group didn't make it.
Oh, right.
Whatever that means.
I'd probably move some rocks to make sure Elliot's not like under the rocks.
I mean, none of the rocks are too big, but
Oh, then never mind.
you half-heartedly roll one over.
Yeah, just kind of like maybe like
You found my mace?
Eliot? Oh yeah, you would. The dust is cleared. You do find his
Oh
mace, which
my
does kind of throw you for a loop.
Yeah.
You find his mace, you're just looking up like...
I'll probably just look at the mace for a good, probably like minute or so. Maybe take a few more looks around, make sure I don't see anything. Actually, do I have a torch?
What was your lute's name again?
I'm actually, I'm gonna take out my little like prismatic
Did you have a
kaleidoscope thingy
Mm-hmm.
and just like turn it on and like kind of use it as like a flashlight sort of
Nice.
Okay.
to just see if I see like
My acoustic is
Make a
valid.
perception check.
Elliot.
Very cool.
You also have the sending stone.
8.
My TV girl.
And
We
when
were
we're
weird to
staying,
use
you
it
already
today.
used 8. You don't really see anything of significance on the area around you.
Nice.
You staying here?
Classy.
No, I probably pocket the mace. And
Can you pocket a mace?
well, like put it on my belt.
It's just got this thick pocket.
I mean, yeah. And seeing that Ilgar and Waff are occupied with some whatever the heck is going on over there, I assume I see Kieran, right?
Curled up in a ball with
Yep.
Vivian.
Some tears streaming down his face and just a look of concern on his face.
I probably just walk up, don't say anything, and just hold Elliot's mace out.
Yes.
I don't. This is all I found.
Of Eliot?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Do you know what happened to him?
No, but
Didn't you guys get healing from him though?
No. What healed me?
I definitely healed you.
Oh, did you really?
I healed everybody.
Was I
And I
conscious
also, I'm pretty positive I
Your
walked
mind's
past
pretty
you.
shaken.
But you are
walk
also
past me,
shot.
but you're kind of.
Can I like roll like an intelligence or something?
Sure.
Okay.
Because
love
honestly,
for
it
the
makes
vid,
total
yeah.
sense that your mind's just a total scattered all over the place.
That's a 11 intelligence.
Especially in traumatic events,
You-
you're more likely to forget things.
You're not sure anymore.
But I've got interactive, sick and twisted.
I'll probably just go, huh?
You think you saw Eliot get slammed back from Ilgar when he woke up, but now you're not sure what you really saw. But as you're sitting there stifled for a second in your own head, second, a elven-looking woman who you recognize to be Air Genasi, dressed kind of in vestments of a cleric, walks towards you holding a small wooden case and a big satchel. I believe it is to all of you who we owe our lives.
Have you seen a furbolg? Purple?
I went to talk to him at the docks. He didn't really seem much for conversation.
His shoulders relax a little bit.
She holds out her hand. Sumara. Of the Morning Lord. You
Do I-
some
yeah,
of you
do I
might
rec-
recognize the Morning Lord as
Do I recognize it?
as a god within this world.
Do they have...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, weren't they... Didn't we switch... Isn't that a council person now? The morning
Yes,
one?
yes.
Right, okay.
And she hands you the small case. I found this in, I guess you could call it an office. And she gestures to the room next to where you guys are standing.
Oh, right, the
I
office.
don't know what they've been doing.
Yeah.
This is all I could really find.
Why are you giving it to me?
Well, you seem to be the people hunting. The chain, as it were. And you saved my life, and I don't really know what to make of this.
Oh, that's fair.
I came searching for one person, and well, they're not here. Wherever they are. You haven't seen a tall lion-like man, have you?
No. I hope you find him, though.
It's a fellow member of our order. He's been missing for a while.
Hmm.
We have to keep searching.
He's still like... Huh.
Here, she kind of just drops the satchel and hands you the small wooden box.
I open the box.
Okay, within the box,
You have a paper?
I do. You find a few things. You find a letter, which I'll give you. A small stone you recognize to be a sending stone, with a green gem in it. 4 minor healing potions. A golden chalice. And a small golden bowl covered in gems. Inside the golden satchel is 2,313 gold.
You say 2,000?
More money? Whoa!
Some of that is in platinum, for obvious reasons.
Wait, okay. Hold up.
A letter, and you can describe it as a letter from Adra Magnus. That's A-D-R-A, Magnus, M-A-G-N-U-S.
Yep.
To Kerrigan, K-E-R-R-I-G-A-N, Mole, M-U-L.
Okay.
Sending stone, 4 minor healing potions, 2,313 gold, and a golden chalice and a golden bowl, both of which are covered in gems.
Vibe check on those
But
chalice.
the letter, if you will. You can choose to read it aloud or not. So
What's Kieran doing? What are you doing?
I'm holding that lute and I'm crying.
I'm just gonna let him do his thing.
Gonna let him vibe in the sadness. Sad boy hours. Y'all woke up like less than an hour ago. Think about that.
You need to sleep more, Ryan. You gotta stop bringing out freaking bots to come and kick us.
It's fun though.
It is.
How should I begin this? I guess it started when you were. But I'm kind of sick and twisted.
Eliot, at what point do you begin to head back?
Probably after a few minutes, just collecting my thoughts. I'd probably walk back in.
We'll say at around this point you walk back in. You walk in to see Ilgar and the Traveler.
Is the collective's white ball still there?
Yeah, it is. And
Interesting.
also you see Kieran and Caden. Caden,
Yeah.
who was reading a piece of parchment.
I guess I'll walk up to Kieran and Caden.
I'm holding your mace in my left hand, and I'm holding the letter with the other hand. Just like reading it.
That's so funny because I just reattached your mace because it broke last session.
Yeah. I guess I'll walk up to Kieran. You okay, buddy?
Caden really went, oh yeah, sure.
Wow. Vivian. You know?
No, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Nothing. She was good. She was a good one. I just don't really. Oh man, I just don't really deal with loss that well.
Who are we talking about right now?
I hold up like the broken pieces of wood and string,
Oh,
and I look up with puppy dog eyes,
Goes full anime eyes.
pouting.
I pat him. Be all right. We'll get you another one.
No. I mean, I don't doubt it, but wow, it just, it's been so long since one of them has broken, and I just forgot what that felt like, Also,
You
my
lose
head's
enough of them,
bleeding.
you start
But
to.
hey, my head's bleeding. Ouch.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got a boo-boo.
Ouch.
Owie.
Yeah, I'll cast a healing word on you.
Something that you're kind of noticing about Kieran right now is, up until this point, Kieran has seemed to hold his ground pretty well, and he's kind of seemed very well mature and kind of just with it. But in a situation like this, he's just been stripped to the bone. He
Yeah.
just is very scared.
That's like Ilgar's thigh.
and he's
Stripped to the bone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
looks like he wants looks like he kind of wants a hug from mommy.
I pat him. I pat his head and I give him 5 points of healing.
Thanks, bro.
And I say, after you experience loss enough, you start to get numb from it. You'll figure that out soon enough.
Wow. Thanks. Thanks for stopping that head bleeding, by the way.
Comfort check, -20.
Eliot, you feel like a tapping on your shoulder. I just tap you with your mace. This is yours, I think. But I'm still
Thank you.
reading the letter.
I look to Kieran and I kind of kneel down. I'm like, it's okay. I'm going to find and I'm going to kill every last one of them. And I stand up and I go, start untying the boat. And I yell out to everybody, let's go. We got to go.
Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, for sure. Let's get it. Come on. Let's go. And I get up and I start following him.
Okay.
You just kind of see Traveler's finger point up from the bottom. He's like,
Very Vivian.
Yeah.
could use some help.
Okay. Very first, I'm gonna ask Caden.
Wait, Nick, what
Yes.
did you
You're finishing that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to share that with anyone? Or just not right now?
Just not right now. I'll probably just fold it up and stick it in my bag.
Okay. As Eliot
Actually, back in the.
begins to walk near to the door, the white orb in the center of the room begins to pulse. And get brighter and brighter and brighter. And you hear a voice calling out from it. An unfamiliar voice. Help! Help me!
The traveler sets down the woman and rushes over.
Yeah, I thought we were going to walk over to the orb and then pick it up and take it with us.
I'm gonna let you guys figure that out because I gotta go to work. But that sounds terrifying. Good luck.
Thanks, OJ.
There it
I was
is.
gonna say,
Too
before
short.
Elliot, this happened after Elliot left the room. Because otherwise Elliot totally would have run towards it.
Absolutely.
Love you, OJ.
You look towards the orb, and it all of a sudden begins to grow dark. Almost like the light is withering.
Trev, is there anything we can do?
I don't know, Relic. Do you have anything?
Can you like freeze it
Collective, we're here.
Your time
We're here with you.
It begins to shake and vibrate and start to grow now, getting the size of a globe and then moving larger to a yoga ball, as these are common reference points for balls. And
Hey.
getting even bigger, spreading to the size of about 8 feet by 8 feet, filling the area as this dark, wispy white, mostly turning black now, mass just sitting in the space where it is. You and Ilgar have approached Traveler. What are you guys doing?
And as it started to grow, I think we kind of stopped and probably took a few steps back. But it's just swirling this massive black.
It starts to develop this almost gravitational pull.
Collective, we're here. How can we help?
You feel it's starting to pull you almost, actually now physically towards it. What do you do? Do you resist or do you let it pull you?
I let it pull me, and as that happens, I'm gonna start naming off all the different people that we've met of the collective and say, like, Vistra, Ren, oh my gosh, there's so many of them. Amon, what's the angry guy?
Xavier?
Xavier, we're coming. We're coming to help.
As you
Reference.
As you say that, your fingers draw close enough to the darkness where it can touch it. And all of you watch Ilgar just, like in Harry Potter, someone apparating or disapparating, vanish inside it.
Oh, dang. Alright.
So it's not even there anymore.
You're not there anymore.
Yeah, dog. You're not there anymore, dog. Don't you know?
No, well, yeah, I mean, I got sucked into it and it disappeared.
We'll get to you.
We'll get to you.
Trav, do you resist
How hard of a pull, and did it
It's going to
increase
get
when I
stronger, and it
said?
doesn't seem to be pulling anyone else in the room except for you guys. The body on the floor unconscious doesn't seem to be pulling them.
He kind of looks at the body, sees that it's not getting pulled in, and walks into it.
Hey, yo.
Okay. Caden, you and Kieran.
I should have said it, but I think I would have. To Elliot going, let's go. Kaden's probably like, oh, yeah, and just follow him.
Okay. Giving that second that you are just behind him, you are walking through the door as this happens. Basically, walking out the doors, you turn around and see this happening.
So did Waft just disappear?
Waff just disappears.
The orb is still there?
Yeah, it's getting bigger.
Do you do like a double take, like?
Yeah, like, what?
Kieran kind of composes himself. Has Vivian. Valerie's a different thing. Vivian. My bad. Kind of holds Vivian there. Okay, get it together, Kieran. Let's go. Lays down Vivian, and then he steps into the orb.
So, Caden, you watch Kieran just put down his lute and just walk straight towards it and drop into the orb.
I'm gonna look back at Elliot, see that he's probably just still walking.
Disappeared around the corner at this point.
Inside the collective.
I'm gonna bonus action desperation dice just to get some more healing. Where am I pen though? Just kind of like hyping myself up a little bit. I'm gonna try and call out to Eliot first. Eliot,
No response.
No reaction.
oh boy, and I make my way towards the orb.
Definitely cursing under your breath, you vanish inside the dark depths.
Is that where we're ending?
No, not yet.
Actually, that was dumb. I don't use desperation dice because I could only heal 1 hit point.
Bruh.
So, I'm not going to do that.
You were sitting in a large room. It's dark. But as you begin to come aware of your surroundings, you hear a voice echoing through the room. Sickly, loud, and ominous. There is no help for you here, boy. Call as you might, all day and all night. Do you know what your cries bring you? And there's the sound of something slashing and flesh ripping.
Ooh.
Another slapping sound and a cry of pain. Until you learn that your cries and your tears will only bring more blood. This will continue.
Yikes.
That's enough lessons for today. This voice echoing throughout the room that you're in. I had business to attend to, and enough distractions from you. The voice fades and echoes throughout the hall. You just hear whimpering and crying. You're sitting in a large room. A finely created rug. Very, very soft and elegant. There's a fine table made out of a goldish wood that sits in the center of the room. Dark wood chairs lining parts of the walls. You're in some form of sitting room, which for the very rich is, for most of you, the size of some of your apartments or houses growing up.
Did Romeo come with me?
Yeah, it was
We're gonna say no.
Well, crap.
For the sake of what's happening here.
Didn't really think about that until after I walked.
Would it be too inappropriate to say that you left it with one of the Furbolg children?
I'd probably, because I held Eliot's mace,
Mhm.
probably had him like sniff my hand, and then told him like go find Eliot.
Mm.
Which I don't know if he's smart enough to do that, but
Boy, the thing can barely walk.
I know. It's the problem.
Take
You
the
guys are
live
all-
action.
You guys are all coming to in this room. What you doing?
As of hearing the voice, I'm looking for cover.
Can we see each other, or is it just us?
You can see each other.
Did that voice that was speaking? Did it sound like the Lich dude?
No.
Did the guy on the boat talk?
No, you just stared.
It's not the mummy. Wait, is it? It could. Kate, psst, over here. Hilgar's like on the ground and he's just entering straight into.
What are you hiding for? Where are we?
I think Ren mentioned his mind is like a place where they all live. And I think we're there. We're in that place. It sounds like something bad is going on and we need to go find that and stop it.
It sounds like they already left.
I doubt they're too far away.
I just want to find the original.
What?
I-
No,
I
you're not
start-
concerned about the fact that
I start walking away.
Kate.
Where do I go? Where can I go?
There are two doors in this room. One on one side, one on the other.
Where's
Both are
the
double doors.
Where's the crying coming from?
It's hard to tell. It's coming from beneath you, if anything. Somewhere down below.
I open the right door.
Okay, going forward, you pull the right one, and there's a stone wall in front of you.
Well, that was helpful. Turn around, go to the other door.
Opening this door, you see a large room. And you're entering it from the side. There is almost like a banquet hall that you're sitting in. A place for the head of the table, and where there's clearly places set and everything. The other side of the table doesn't have a chair set at it, so there's clearly one place of power and prominence in this room. There's an intricate fireplace on one side of the wall with brilliant banners of red and gold of the Brosmantis sigil hanging from it. There are windows in this room, but all of them are shattered and broken. Small little bits and flecks of red on each little bit of glass.
Blood?
It would seem so. Behind where the windows are, or rather where they were before they were shattered, is only stone, cobbled stone walls, built up behind the windows.
Are there doors in this room?
There is, on the far side. But Sorry, I paused in my description. I don't know why. There are bodies strewn across the floor here.
Hey,
Are they recognizable?
Yes. It would appear they are the collective.
Who's the closest one?
Let me pull something up here. Because Trevin's not here and I don't want to mess stuff up. Okay. The closest one you see is Seraphina, lying on the ground, splayed out in front of you.
So it look like she's breathing.
Make a medicine check.
I just want to say the traveler is following Caden.
8.
Okay.
Yeah.
You check for a pulse for breathing. It's strange. There is a pulse, but no breathing. No breath.
That's
My mind goes, that's right, they don't breathe. I'm going to... Do I have my items?
Make an investigation check.
you are naked.
Investigate myself? Can I just look, see if I have a bag on my shoulder?
There's no bag on your shoulder.
20 non-natural.
This is the first time you've noticed it. It's weird. You're not wearing the clothes you were wearing before. You are wearing a ragged black uniform. All of you are.
So look Brazentus
And
and
it's
nature.
the weirdest thing. Because you feel like you would have noticed that looking at your friends earlier. But you didn't.
Do they look Brazentus in nature?
Somewhat.
What? You're
It's hard
with
to tell.
us, right? What are you doing?
It's black covering almost the entire body. The legs and everything else. And it's making this... It's making note of this that you notice kind of a cold feeling on your arm. Your right arm.
What is it?
It's covered by black fabric, but you feel something metal underneath.
Whoa.
All of you do. You're all starting to notice this around the same time.
Is this fabric like a sleeve? Is it wrapped?
A wrapped sleeve.
Can I unwrap it?
You unwrap part of it and you see kind of, though thin in construction, a kind of gauntlet that extends from the tips of the knuckles all the way down the arm and up to about right here. Usually wear arm would have a kind of pauldron or something, this one doesn't. But it's covering the entire arm. Very flexible, very mobile, but metal kind of armor.
I do like fingerless gloves. I don't know why.
And you
I
look
think they're
down
cool.
and you notice just a little bit of blood dripping from it. Your blood. Dripping from your fingers. You feel small pinpricks as there's noticeable feelings of something small, metal, all across this metal piercing into your arm.
So I don't have health potions or anything like that.
Sorry?
I don't have like health potions or anything.
Ilgar's finally catching up, along with Kieran, I imagine. Caden, what the frick did you do in this room?
I didn't do anything.
You killed these people.
I did not kill these people at all.
Caden, how could you do
I
such
literally
a
just
thing?
walked in here a second before you did. How would I even do
I
that?
didn't kill anyone.
Ilgar is the best detective.
I know, Caden. I'm just messing with you.
Kieran, is there anything you're doing at this moment?
What?
you doing anything right now?
Just observing why. It was
It's super confusing. We don't know much about the collective. But I'll leave it up to you how much you're starting to put together. Or how many questions are starting to come to the surface of your head. All of a sudden, at the fireplace, there's a wisping as black fabric begins to circle around, creating a familiar presence.
Take the hide action.
As Viren appears before all of you.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
My dad
unhide.
finished painting it last night. Wow. Green flame slowly trickling out from underneath his neck and around where his face is. This dude?
Yep.
Oh. I lost control. What are you doing in the mind?
First of all, what?
There is nothing to stop me. You see him taking a step forward, looking around. Usually I can only observe the fleeting discussions
Maybe Mother's Day gift from my mom.
that transpire
We
here.
just add a band.
Where are we?
What do you mean you lost control? I mean, what happened?
He pulls casually as if he owns the place, one of the chairs by the table, and sits down at it.
See that?
It's blurry. Do it in front of that camera.
This one?
Yeah.
See it?
I'll send his picture later.
He's freaky.
Sits down. According to the contract which I have with your friend, I can take control of their form. Once a cycle of the blue moon. Kaifi. I have no control over their form anymore. Since they were in some form of danger and attempted to pry in, I saw nothing. When I continued to try to pry further, I found myself here with you. What happened?
So you see how I'm like missing an arm right here? Yeah, there was kind of an explosion, and we all kind of, well, at least I died, and so did. Well, no, we don't really know what happened to the collective. There was this orb that appeared there, and it was kind of like a portal.
I
and then
think I know.
expanded.
Behind the fireplace behind him, something cracks and shakes. As a pale statue of a man begins to morph out of the stone and walk behind Viren. And before Viren can barely even turn and react, the stone figure grabs him and pulls him back into the stone, crushing him, disappearing, poofing into ash. And then the figure walks forward and stands sentry. You recognize the shape of the statue, the face twisted into a cruel and evil smile. The anathema. Out of two more walls appear the statue.
There's three of them?
And you now realize that that body is nowhere on the floor.
Look, I don't know what this is. Gesturing to whatever's on our arm. Just let my friends go. Let them out of here. It's my fault that this happened.
There was the sound of glass breaking and shattering. And all of a sudden, all the figures on the floor, there's a flash of light, and all of them are standing up in various poses. Some of them sleeping, some of them running, looking terrified in fear, some of them laughing, some of them being very confused. It seems to match whatever position they're in. They're in some kind of statuesque form, different from alive, but they are just frozen, stuck there in some kind of movementless form. The 3 statues that were forming the perimeter of the room are gone, and there is now a singular, no longer grayscale, but colored, picturesque form, different than when the anathema appeared, but more similar to the figure on the ship, though they might be meant to be the same person. Tall man, bald head, elegant tattoos all across it, a beautifully tamed goatee.
I want to look around
And
for a
robe.
weapon of some sort.
He's just sitting there smiling gently. Make an investigation check or perception.
That's a critical fail.
You do not see anything. You are just too distracted by the disgusting smile on the person's face. Traveler, what are you doing?
He's probably just kind of standing there. The other statues aren't doing anything. They're not moving. They don't.
They are statues, but they look more like they're them frozen in time, not necessarily statues. Does that make sense? The first ones that appeared coming through the walls were statues. These ones, like, just flash, and then they were standing up in some kind of form, position, very similar to what emotion they portray.
Yeah.
Mhm. I see. Okay.
Is he going to respond to what I said? Or did he just not respond?
He's not responding.
You once
What
shot
happened?
Cliff.
The child.
The figure at the other side of the hall just laughs. Oh, my friends. Come, sit down, let us talk. And he begins to walk around the table. And he sits down at the head. And he gestures towards the seats, paying no mind to the frozen figures in the room. Please come and sit. Let me offer you a small respite from your troubles.
Who's closest to me in terms of the collective?
Right now you see
Did you walk over to Seraphina first?
Well, I'm sure I moved around a little bit after stuff went down.
You see Leah. Glasses on nearly at the bridge of her nose, and she appears to be standing, though there is no desk there, with her hands flat out on something flat, some kind of flat surface. Though there's none there, once again, but she's like looking across at something, like she's peering intensely, trying to study something. But frozen.
I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and try and shake her awake if that's possible.
You shake her, but she's like, there's no give, not at all, nothing. No movement. She's just stuck. And even the softness of her fabric on her shoulder that makes up her clothes, nothing is soft about it. It is solid. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I look back at my compadres, just kind of with a glance, and then I go sit down
Yeah,
closest to the anathema, or whoever the frick this is.
Ilgar sits down.
Good.
Oh, you like that, huh?
I don't believe we've been introduced yet. Been a little bit of trouble around here. He says, as he disgustingly licks his lips.
Frick this dude.
Kieran,
I do think I've heard some of your names. You are Kieran, yes?
That's me.
Oh, good. You are
This is Dave,
Caden
and I am Buster.
Oh, very observant.
and Ilgar and the one they call Traveler. correct?
He doesn't move. He is just stone cold.
And you, Eliot.
Oh.
You see frozen in a painting on the wall, Eliot, but his eyes are full of a burning fury. And he looks more furious than you've ever seen him. In a painting on the wall.
I'm staring at that painting.
And we mustn't forget our friend Romero. As you see dropping out of the ceiling, next to the fireplace, hanging from a noose.
No.
The limp and dead body of Romero, his jaw slack, his eyes white, turning slowly. The body. Perfect.
Kieran cringes.
I go to punch the guy. I get out of my chair.
Yeah.
I try to sock him in the face
Stand up.
with my metal arm.
Okay. As you move to punch him, the chair just drops and appears at the other end of the table. Apologies, you seem to have slipped.
Oh yeah, you want to call it that? I'll try and slip again if you want.
Would you like the alternative? So you hear the sound of something thick, metal, like metal and leather put together, slapping against something, and a shriek of pain in the distance, and more whimpering from beneath. Would you like the alternative? Because you know how we meet resistance. Boy.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All of you, I should also say, seem to, as you're looking at this, the face seems to only be looking at you, like a painting that only looks at you wherever you go. His eyes are perpetually on you. As I said, all of you here. How lovely. Well,
Do you want to play some games while we're here or
I
something?
would love to play some games. But first, his face finally drops from a smile into a uncomfortable frown. I think there is something that we need to do. It does not make me happy. It makes me very sad. You see, you came back all kinds of broken. And it means that I have to fix you. It means I have to put you back together. And I don't want to do that. It hurts me when you are hurt. I care about you, boy. And he puts his hand forward and does this. And you can feel the cold, wet sensation of a moist, sweaty hand only against your face. When you hurt, I hurt. Remember, you're bound to me. And we wouldn't want anyone to be dishonorable, would we? So let's go play some games, and we can forget all about all of this icky stuff.
Does it seem like he's talking to us, or does it seem like he's talking to someone else?
Make an insight check.
14.
You can put together enough that it's strange. Well, I mean, there was some significance in pulling all of you here. I mean, even the husk of Romero was dropped in. He doesn't really seem to be speaking to you guys. It's like you guys are being put in the position of a past memory in some form or shape. You're witnessing some faded recollection of something. But on we go, and then perhaps a little supper tomorrow. Not today, for we must learn our lessons. And he stands up, turns around, and walks through the door in the back of the room.
Is this like a Is this door a significant looking door?
Not necessarily.
It's just any other door?
I think Caden was really like tense, but after kind of realizing that maybe like he still doesn't understand it, but maybe, you know, the guy wasn't really talking to him specifically, his mind turns more to just like feeling bad for the collective that they had to go through this, and so there's a demeanor change, and I'm gonna go through the door with curiosity again. Because it seems to be that's the only door other than the one we came through. Right?
Yep. As you guys walk around, the glass on the window slowly begins to crack and shatters once again to the floor. You walk past the members of the collective in this room. The head of the table empty. Moving to the back of the room. Oh, do you guys go through the door?
I do.
I'll do it.
Darvid, I'll do it.
Darvid.
Hey, Ryan,
Nick?
just out of
You going to the
curiosity,
door?
are we ending soon?
Soonish. Probably maybe
Yes, I do.
30 more minutes to mask max.
Okay. Then I'm gonna head out soon because tomorrow I've got the first meeting for my study abroad, and there's a ton of paperwork I have to do to fill out, and I need to print that off. Unless you've got a printer here or something I can use.
Do you have a printer here?
Okay.
But this will probably be ending fairly soon.
I'll
You guys move
I'll leave
through
at 9:30.
this chamber. What do you you all go through the door, right? Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
we
straight.
went through the door.
You go through the door, and on the other side of the door, there is a long staircase. Turning around to the door behind you, you see that there are claw marks, scratching marks. Something, though big enough to be a human's fingernails scraping against the door. Taking awful note of that, you walk down the stairs. And there are various doors in here, various chambers, various different sounds and whispers coming from them. But eventually, you come to a part of the floor here that is a large, heavy iron door sitting on the ground, laying flat in front of you. Scrape marks behind it from the now open doorway of a cell. The door has no peephole or anything in it. Whatever was locked in here was locked in complete and total darkness. And no one could see in to see what was in there unless they had a key. But the door is broken. And you see explosion marks of fire and soot on the door itself. Reminiscent to what you guys just left in the actual room where you came from, of the explosion that took out both Ilgar and the collective. Coming in here, you see, lying on the floor, and I will let Trevin eventually describe this more. Barely breathing, a skinny husk of a man, if even a man, probably late teens.
Human?
Pale white skin, white eyes, white hair.
Albino.
No entire armor along their arms. Well, sorry, armor on their arms like what you guys have on yours. Exactly like what you have on yours. He's huddled up in the corner, rags for pants. He's just shivering, cold, much like the woman that was extricated from the behemoth of a creature.
Ilgar stumbles towards the kid and
Yeah, Kaden lets Ilgar or Waff go in first.
Ilgar, yeah, just goes straight to the kid, but in a non-threatening walk, as much as that can be with, his limp and everything. I assume I don't have my spear.
Does he have his body?
Yeah, is my body fine?
You're missing an arm. It's pretty damaged, just like it was.
But my legs can walk fine.
Ish.
Cool.
What do you do as you kneel down? You just touch him. He doesn't seem to react at all as you place your hand on him. No, literally the definition of no reaction.
No reaction.
No reaction.
Try to hug him like I did Vistra.
You pull a lifeless body to your chest. Lifeless in reaction.
No
It
reaction.
does appear to be faintly breathing in and out.
Lifeless reaction.
Breath moving out of its lungs. Kieran, do you do anything?
I don't know. Didn't Ilgar move with it? Didn't he go up to look at it?
Yeah, I gave him a hug, or tried to give him a hug.
Yeah, I'll probably try and do something similar like that. Just approach it. Because I feel like, I don't know, does it have like a sense of familiarity? Does it feel like we know it?
Roll an insight check. Super quick.
Sorry, excuse me. It's plus... My insight's a +4, I think. What? Bro, how can you even see that, dog? Okay, that's a 20 non-natural.
There's something familiar, but something also missing here as well.
Interesting.
Part of it seems vacant, but it does seem to be the collective in some form. Maybe it's just the feeling of deja vu, like I know you. Because in truth, there's not a whole lot familiar about this person. But
it feels like it's a part of him, though.
You are aware that this is part of them.
Yeah.
Some deeper part.
I'm by Ilgar then I'll try and I'll just observe. Just put my hand on him. On his lifeless body.
Trav, what do you do?
Watch for my Venmo request for the pizza.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm not sure what the traveler's gonna do. Is he he's like unresponsive, but he's not dead, right?
This is the only one of them that appears to be visibly breathing.
Does any of my magic work? Like if I start to prepare a spell, does it do anything?
What spell, Nick?
So I don't know if but there was a set of 3 duplexes.
Healing word?
It's not anything crazy. But like
Describe to me how you cast Healing Word, Nick.
for $4 million.
Sorry, Nick was in a position and then it lagged and it cut to him with his face, just his hand pushing his nose up. That was just really funny. Sorry.
No, that I bet that would be really funny. I think he would probably He'd probably say, "Do not fear. We're here to help."
As you do, there's a warmth that seems to spread across their body, and the shading on their arm begins to grow just a little bit bigger, it seems. The manacle, whatever it is. A small piece of metal falls off their arm, reducing the size of the arm sleeve of armor, whatever you want to call it.
That was a
It
roller
also-
coaster. You said it got bigger. I was like,
Sorry.
what?
Trevor and I discussed a few things, and I forgot two of them, and I reworded it. But a part of it, like a good chunk right here, just falls off.
He just like continues by saying like, "Keep fighting. We're here with you. Don't give up. We can get through this."
I scrubbed.
Caden, you said you were waiting?
I let them go in, and I'm standing. I'm leaning against the doorway, kind of just with my hand, just kind of like this. Just kind of watching, with like, in a compassionate way, but not like I'm like scared to go, but just kind of like.
Hey son, we need to have a talk.
Yeah, sure.
No.
But just like, yeah, just kind of like observing, and also just trying to like make sense of what is actually happening. Also, what is he like? Based on the white hair, white eyes. What race is he?
Roll a nature check.
Uh, 8.
Don't recognize it.
Trav, whatever you were doing, you should do that again. Because you made a thing fall off.
Yeah, I would love that, but I am out of spell slots.
Just try it again.
40 minutes for traffic.
I don't know.
up to
Maybe
Murray.
magic is magic.
The office was honest. The unforeseen circumstances.
He tries to do it again. I'm out of spell slots though.
Okay.
Can
Roll a D100 for me, Nick.
$67.
You see another small part of the manacle, or the armor, falls off.
when Caden remembers the collective mentioning that I don't remember if he knows it was a name, but when something was mentioned that the original screamed, was it a name that triggered it? Is that something I remember? Is that what did they say it was a name, or just that something was said? Does that make sense? What I'm asking?
Yeah. The name that was roll a history check.
Yeah,
Actually.
that's
Roll a history check to remember exactly the name that was said.
yeah. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't use this dice. I've been doing well. It's a 10. I'm gonna ask my companions for help. Do either of you remember the name that was mentioned that made this one scream?
History check.
Yeah, should I make a history check as well? I know it's similar to mine. I don't know if that would help.
Though I feel like Waff of anyone would
Waff,
remember
you know it's similar to yours.
It's too far.
I know it's similar to mine. Jax.
As
Jack.
you
Mine
say
is
Jax,
Jax.
it echoes throughout the room. And little cracks begin to appear in the ceiling. And it begins to shake.
The other thing that's
And
gonna
a small piece of stone falls to the ground. Another piece behind you. Part of the hallway collapses behind where you are. And more of the room begins to shake.
I'm gonna grab the door, the iron door that's like on the ground.
It's crushed back in the room behind you. It's too far away now. You guys are trapped in this room and it's collapsing around you. What do you do?
Ilgard goes into a protective pose around this piece of the collective and kind of shields him with his body.
Okay.
Is there anything in the room that we can use
Roll an
to
investigation check.
protect ourselves? Natural 20 plus 2.
There's nothing in this room except for yourselves.
Probably just as a reactionary response, I, put my head under my hands and try and protect my head from any falling debris.
Okay. Traveler, what do you do?
He's probably just gonna keep trying, being like, "We're here for you. Like, how can we help?" Like,
So I will say, Caden, you're the only person not closely surrounding and protecting the collective.
Yep.
Okay.
That is true.
Slowly around him, the room begins to crumble further, and you feel rocks coming and bouncing off of you, pinning you, crushing you, hitting your head, and the entire room falls apart around you. And that's where you wake up, looking around on the floor. Inside the pitted area of the chamber, still unconscious at the floor, is the young woman, clothed in borrowed clothes. And sitting on the floor, where the orb of light was, laying motionless, is the individual you now know is called Jax. And that's where we're gonna head.
Wow.
Wait, Nick, are you Jax as well, or are you Jex?
I'm Jex, Jex. That was my old name.
You told us that, right?
Yeah, but that's
Why he yelled.
Yeah.
He was like, "No!" Dang, good session though. Holy crap.
Did we level up?
Yes, you are all level 7.
Yes, let's go.
Technically after a long rest. You will be
Um,
level
We
7.
took a long rest?
There's no way we're
After a
not
long
gonna
rest, you
long
will be
rest.
level 7.
Which that'll be in a couple sessions.
Yeah, that's
No, in our luck, yeah.
So should we
I'm
wait?
completely out of spell slots.
It depends.
Completely.
But you will not level up until after a long rest.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't matter if you just got more spells anyways, you know what I mean?
I can use those.
It's not just going to reset everything. So after a long rest, you will be leveled up. You're welcome to level up your stuff and pick things or decide if you want a multi-class or other things. But, yeah. Trevin does want... Are you uploading these to YouTube?
Individually based upon need.
I thought we were uploading all
Yeah,
of them.
I mean, I want to. There's a lot. It takes long to edit, and then It doesn't take long to edit, but if I really wanted to be meticulous about it.
I'm gonna stop the recording.